Pardon me about that. We just had to get everything, you know, ready here. Let's see. I don't want that. I want. Can I get NFL Red Zone? Of course not. We'll just do NFL Game Center. Get everything set up here. One moment, please. Bear with me. Get Streamlabs up. All right, though. And right now, like they're mentioning a little bit, you know, there has been. I didn't actually get all my inactives correct in this. There we are. Like they mentioned, Ravens are 13-3 in their home openers. Las Vegas Raiders 0-4 on the East Coast last season. Woo, and like they're saying, it is hot here in Baltimore. Antonio Pierce is wearing a sweatshirt. We're going to see how long that sweatshirt lasts. And Raiders will get this ball to start the game here. And he's going to return this kick coming out 15, 20, and tackle what looks like down at the 23-yard line maybe. And Raiders are going to get started here. Here comes Gardner Minshew. Actually, Gardner Minshew beat the Ravens last season as the starter of the Colts, 22-19. You know, there's been a lot of talk. He put up the same numbers as Trevor Lawrence, essentially. So this is a discount Trevor Lawrence, if you would. And let me get the game cast up for you. There we are. 1st and 10. Trips on the top side of your screen left here for the Raiders. 4 wide look. I'm sorry, 5 wide. Empty backfield. Minshew gets strip sacked! And one of his offensive linemen able to recover, but Odafe Owe on the very first play. A strip sack. One-on-one on the left tackle and just beats him on a beautiful move. Is not receiving enough video to maintain. I'm outputting 5K. There's no way YouTube's not getting enough. And if there's having issues on the other side, let me know, by the way. 2nd and 18. Strong formation right here for the Raiders. Going to be a little play action. And just going to be a dump off to the left side. And great tackle there. Brandon Stevens, number 21 for the Baltimore Ravens. And 3rd and long now for. Of course, one of the fun things here for the Ravens, we thought we might see Adisa Isaac. He is listed as inactive. Bew Braid, we'll get to those in a minute after this 3rd down. Of course, big story to keep an eye on, Brock Bowers. Will Kyle Hamilton shadow over him, or will they play him normally? 3rd and 16 officially. And that's going to be a draw play, and it's going nowhere as Travis Jones is just waiting for it. And 3 and out for the Raiders as the Ravens are trying to start hot here in Baltimore. And yeah, little pump fake draw play and bad blocking by number 75 of the Raiders. Just literally disengaged from Travis Jones and just stood there almost. That was pretty bad. Let's be honest about that. TD. DJ. And Hardy going to get a return. Makes a few man miss. Still on his feet and down at the 45-yard line. And Brent Urban been a healthy inactive, I believe, a few times now here. Or no, that's the wrong inactive report. Ignore all that. Fuck. Excuse my language. Of course, this one of the stories here for on the offensive side. Will the Raiders take a Spagnuolo-type approach here to shutting down Mark Andrews? And, of course, will the Ravens get their run game going today? 1st and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line of the Ravens. Strong left for the Ravens. Handoff going up the middle. That's Henry. And not much push by the offensive lineman. And a little bit of second effort by Henry to get that second yard. 12-25 and going. Oi, what up, Kenny? Hey, Kenny, is the stream coming in okay? I got OBS is telling me YouTube is not receiving enough output, but OBS is also telling me I'm pushing out 5K right now. So I'm only pushing 6 CPU, 30 FPS. I'm a little confused on it. 2nd and 8. Lamar, handoff up the middle. That's Justice Hill, and they are there immediately. Number 41, Spillane there with one other Raider. I got to turn down the volume on this stream. And, of course, Ravens got to keep an eye on not only on Max Crosby, but, oh, what is his name? My apologies. Christian Wilkins. God, the player out of Miami they took in free agency. Trips on the top side of the screen. That's the short side of the field. That's a little questionable play calling. Jackson having to buy time, throwing over the middle, and he's got it, man. That's Zay Flowers. I know Kenny wants some of that. Kenny says it's normal as ever. Sam Darnold just scrambled for 20. Nice. Yeah, I got the NFL Game Zone up here. I'm keeping a track on all of the games right now. Still no scores across the 1 o'clock schedule, but we'll try to keep you updated on that. Like I said, we've got all kind of like almost like a red zone thing going on. And up-tempo offense here, ball on the 34-yard line of the Raiders after the big catch by Zay. Single high safety look here. Lamar, and he's going down. As that's going to be Max Crosby's first sack of the day here. 2nd of the year. Yep, and there's Christian Wilkins. But let's see here. That's Patrick McCary and just absolutely just gets beat. McCary looks like he gave up a little bit too much space. Crosby just as soon as he beat McCary there, and like look at the depth of where Stanley is on the left side. I mean, I understand maybe Crosby shot out the gate there on that first step, but McCary's got to figure something out there because it might be a long day. And look, now we have Isaiah Likely lined up there on that side. Handoff, cut back left, and that's Hill, and 2-yard gain here. Going to bring up 3rd and 13 after the sack on first down. And 3rd and long here. Baltimore's got to draw something up. Oh, I like that we're seeing some more runs out of Hill. This is something I've been very vocal in some of the Baltimore Ravens groups and chats, that Justice Hill was in for like 40-plus snaps and only had 1 run. It was very predictable to know early that if he was in, it was a pass. So I'm very excited to see a little bit of running out of Hill. But at the same time, Henry's like I feel like barely's touched the ball or seen it even. Lamar got a man. Zay, and makes the first man miss with a little good cut, juke back, stiff arm all in one combo there. And Lamar kind of mad at Zay as it looked like Zay ran the wrong route. And Harbaugh getting in Lamar's ear a little bit there too, telling him probably don't be so hard on him. Because you could see Lamar yelling at Zay there, and then Zay head went down, shaking. Definitely knew that he might have cost them an opportunity there. Tucker out here to make this a 3-0 game. And from 48, sneaks in just on the left side of the post, but it's good. But it's good to have the early points and the early lead. That's all I know, right? Jaden Daniels, 5 or 5 for 5 for 5. Dang, really? Oh, by the way, quick score updates. Tampa Bay taking a 3-0 lead over the Detroit Lions, 11:31 into the first quarter, as well as the Saints up 7-0 right now on the Cowboys. Let's watch this. Derek Carr on play action, deep pass to the right side, and that's number 12. Is that Olave? Takes it down just short of the goal line. And then, of course, we already know from the update, they're going to punch that ball in. That is wild. And just a little bit of zone there. And that is Chris Olave for the Saints making a huge catch. But that's crazy. A Kane 5 for 5. Here's the goal line play here for the Saints. Handoff going right. I believe that's Alvin Kamara. And good little stretch play off tackle, maybe, from the Saints. Wow. Are the Saints for real? Oh, when the Saints. Oh, when the Saints. Oh, when the Saints come marching in. Hooday! Sorry. But coming into this matchup, Ravens without Arthur Millette, Nate Wiggins ruled out. The third different Ravens player in a car accident. Absolutely been a wild season so far. Looking on the Las Vegas Raiders side, they're without backup guards Jake Johanning, IR, and Jackson Powers Johnson, the Oregon product, listed as left guard. Both out for this game, so Raiders really can't afford any injuries on the interior of their offensive line. Looking on the defensive side of the ball, Tyree Wilson, Malcolm Kuntz. Of course, Tyree Wilson, their first-round pick, I believe, from last year, as well as Trey Taylor, the safety out of Navy on IR. So on the defensive side, edge a little bit thin there, but with Max Crosby leading the way, they don't have too much to worry about here. Fun thing I like to look at too is that the PFF stats differ varily. So coming to this game, ESPN I think had the Ravens ranked like third ranked offense, fifth in like top ranked offensive categories. PFF has this offense ranked 16th, 17th in the pass, 6th in pass blocking, which actually after Lamar chewed them out last week they improved. 5th in run because that's Lamar's running, but 26th in run blocking. Receivers coming in with the 16th rated grade. And we're going to get a return here. This guy looks fast. We've got a flag, and Amir Abdullah was having a good return past the 35, and we've got a second flag coming out here. Of course, Las Vegas coming in with the 14th ranked special teams versus Baltimore's 29th. Of course, that 29th might have to factor into Justin Tucker's 50-yard miss, and of course, Hardy not getting too much opportunities, I believe. Kenny says, I picked Tampa this week. Kenny says it was 3rd and 10 in Janiel Scram with Hunter Henry getting in action today even. And I've never been a huge Hunter Henry guy, but Green Bay on the board, up 3-0 on the Indianapolis Colts. 10 minutes left in that first quarter. And the refs are taking a while, and the fans are starting to boo them already. I don't think anyone knows. Even the coach for the Ravens is like, come on, man. Man, dude, there's some guy losing his mind right now. You can hear one single guy booing. Illegal formation, kicking team. Holding, receiving team. Those penalties offset. We will replay the down. So I guess we're going to re-kick this ball. And, you can see Antonio Pierce is sweating. It's a hot day in Baltimore. Arush, what up, my boy? Welcome back. How you been? What up, dog? And we've got Tucker out here to kick this ball away again. 8:23 left in the first here in this Baltimore game. Really wish we could have came away with 7 on that, but I'll take any points that we can. Antonio Pierce having a lot to play for, just like the Baltimore Ravens. So Baltimore having a lot to play for because no one likes to lose 2. but also we have a hard front 5, front 7 games coming up. But from what I heard across the wire is that Coach Antonio Pierce was taking a lot of criticism from staff and other former players and coaches about decisions he made in the last game, and they're just going to kneel this one. So Las Vegas is going to come out here at the 30 to start this. And it would be really sad, but I see it. There's been a lot of talk. Bill Belichick's coming back to coaching next season. A lot of people think he's going to be with an NFC East team. And I'm excited to see if that falls true. Kenny said Bucks got the ball right back. Wow. Detroit is about to go down by 10. Gardner Minshew out here. Brock Bowers, the man in motion. 1st and 10. Again, ball on the 30-yard line of the Raiders. Baltimore with 5 up on the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a run, and oh, yeah, that's right, because my inactive report was wrong. My apologies. We're glad to see Brent Urban back, man. We love Brent Urban. He is a classic Raven, and he's getting subbed out with Malik Harrison. That's probably a likely sign that the Ravens are moving to a more pass-style defense, and Malik's shaking his head on that play. I don't think he likes being substituted out. Of course, Kyle Van Noy broke an orbital socket playing today. Dude is an animal. And pass going over the middle, that's Devontae Adams. And as he catches it, he just falls down to avoid a hit. I don't know if Devontae really wants to be there anymore. Devontae, of course, said a lot of stuff about the Baltimore Ravens. He's a huge fan of Lamar. Thinks he's one of the best guys at breaking tackles ever. Studies tape. I know Devontae wants to be in Baltimore the way he was talking. He's like, come and get me, please. Arush is my boy. 3rd and 2. The bank is getting loud. Strong left here. Motion back, so that's an orbit-style motion. Going over the middle, and that's Devontae Adams and Marlon all over him. It's a first down, though. It's a little dump off, but it's a first down. I'm happy with our wide receivers, and I think Devontae Walker is going to be a great addition later in the year for the Baltimore Ravens. But you can't help be like, man, what if we had Devontae? But I don't know what I'd really give up for him. I give him a 2nd-round pick. How about that? And end around here, and pretty good run here. That's Tucker, I believe, for the Raiders. Ooh. The Raiders have made a change. Andreas Pete coming in here for guard. Antonio Pierce supposedly chewed out and challenged his interior of his offensive line, and they've already made a change at interior. I believe that's left guard, if I'm not mistaken. Play action. Minshew trying to set up a screen, and it's a really bad idea. And oh my God, what should have been a loss of 4 ends up into a gain of 1. Yeah, like they're saying this is a play action screen. Really, they roll everything left, and it's a 7-yard deep screen, tons of blocking, but Amir Abdullah it took so long to set up. And oh no, Brandon Stevens is down for the Ravens. That's not what we like to see. And they're heading to commercial as we're waiting to hear about Brandon. That would be a heartbreaker for Ravens. Especially with Nate Wiggins being out this game. Let me get the actual inactive report for today. I don't know why when I search NFL inactives, Baltimore versus Las Vegas Raiders, it doesn't just pull up the NFL article talking exactly about that. Frustrating. Come on, NFL. Do better. Pats up by 7. with 4:55. So the first quarter is almost over. Chargers look like either they got kicked 2 field goals or I don't know what's going on there, but they're up 6-0 on the Panthers. 9:05 left here in the first. Oh, we're going to get to see what's going on there. Hold on. Quick cut in from the Chargers versus Panthers. Herbert going deep left. He's got a man, and oh my God, what a catch. Number 1. That's Quentin Johnson, I believe, the first round pick last year. And a little bit of an underthrown ball. Had to come back and get it. Great catch by him. But I'm guessing that means either they missed the PAT or... Yep. Bad coverage by the Panthers player there. If he had just stepped inside a little more. I think that was J.C. Horn. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody, I believe Derek Carr was kind of quipping at J.C. Horn a little bit last week. So I wonder if J.C. Horn's having a hard year this year, and they're taking advantage of him a little bit. But Charger fans are really excited about it. They're talking about it on Twitter right now. Best play Q or Quentin Johnson has ever made. Oh, a Purdy interception. Oh, it was a block punt? Oh, my God. What's going on with your Chargers, Kenny? My boy. And Brandon Stevens able to walk off under his own power. Ooh, that was almost a hip drop tackle. And Amir Abdullah just kind of, his helmet of the Raiders just really slams into the thigh of Brandon Stevens. So that's probably just more of a contusion. Really freaking hurt, you know what I'm saying? 3rd and 4. Ball on the 48-yard line. Big third down here. Baltimore looks like they're bringing pressure from the right side. Pressured and always got him on the right side. Owe with the second sack of the game. As it looked like possibly Odafe Owe has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Let's watch here. Ravens bring pressure from the right, but they drop out an extra guy on the left, and Owe comes unblocked on the play as obviously the left tackle has a miscommunication issue. And like, this is great for Owe, but I hate to be this realist for a moment. That's really bad play by the left tackle. Really bad. They double teamed the interior man on that pass rush and left the outside guy, even though only four people technically came on the blitz. Great play design by Zach Orr, though, on that. So what happened was they brought a linebacker. They walked him up in that, like, it would be like a C gap, essentially, because he was in between Odafe and the D tackle, but the D tackle was lined up there like 3 to 4 technique. Odafe kind of in a wide 9 stance. So they looked like they were going to overload right, which is why I don't understand that they didn't slide the protection that way on the offensive line. Oh my God! And Max Crosby just clotheslined Derrick Henry in the backfield. Oh my God! That looked Jadeveon Clowney-ish, and Crosby making sure the Ravens know he's there. He's chirping at him right now. And I don't know what just happened on the Ravens' right side of the line. Yeah, that play, though, on the second Odafe, I don't understand why they didn't slide protection that way. Kyle Van Noy dropped out on the opposite side, putting pressure on the tight end in line. Was a good play design. 2nd and 12 after the run. Hand off to Henry, and Henry's going to get blown up in the backfield by Marcus Epps again. Henry trying to run a little bit of that outside zone run and just got 3 steps as Marcus Epps, the cornerback or safety, the defensive back, comes in flying and dives for Henry's legs here. And that's a zone stretch run, basically, to the outside. Out of the shotgun, and God, I mean, Voorhees was out there. There were a couple guys starting to get out there, but It looked like it didn't line up. Hill with the screen, and he's trying to make something happen, and he's down at the 23, but of course, still short of the first down. As now that early sack hit by Crosby is going to set us back, and Justice Hill maybe should have followed his blocking instead of cutting back on that screenplay, but that's not really a critique because it's kind of hard at that speed and the vision. Voorhees, or was one guy out there, I believe Voorhees out there to block for him. Motion he was going out, and then Raiders going to get a chance to return and hit out of bounds here around the 40-yard line. 2:13 left here in the first quarter as the Raiders are going to try to tie it up or take the lead. By the way, we've got a 6-3 game. Tampa taking the lead over Detroit. Tennessee's got a 7-point lead over the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, 2 for 3 for 7 yards. Malaki Corley getting some catches over there. But Will Levis, 4-4 for 37 yards. Tyjae Spears, 2 rushes, 11 yards. Calvin Ridley, 1 catch. Commanders, early 3-point lead over the Giants. Jaden Daniels, 6 of 6 for 31 yards. Brian Robinson, 4 rushes for 18 yards. Not sure on who that is. Gardner Minshew, actually, 5 of 5 for 18 yards. So 100% completion percentage right now. Not bad. Not bad. Lamar, 3 of 3 for 33 yards. It's the battle of perfect quarterbacks here in Baltimore today. But wow, that blocked punt in the Niners game. I just watched it happen. Vikings block a punt and Sam Darnold's revenge game as the Vikings try to spoil the Niners. Wow, what a play. Let's watch the replay one time. And they just come right up the gut. Somebody missed assignment. And number 30 of the Minnesota Vikings credited with that block, if you're a Viking fan, Skull Nation. And they are fired up on the Vikings sideline after that one. I would be too. Oh, we got an update. Cleveland, Jacksonville. Cleveland knocking on the door in the red zone here, and Deshaun's going to keep it himself. Cleveland going to take an early lead against the Duval Nation. Watson trying to show that he's still the guy. Sponge has been not a defender of Watson, but of likes to he talks avidly. He's like, the guy's horrible, but let's talk about purely as a football player. And I can appreciate to a certain extent his professionalism. But oh my God, look at that speed. Who was that? Number 0? Was that Calvin Ridley for the Titans? Yeah, it was on that jet sweep. Dang. Calvin Ridley still got the Jets, son. Oh, and Packers are up 10-0 right now on the Colts. What is going on up in Green Bay? All right, back to our game, though. 1st and 10. Oh, little jet sweep here by the Raiders, and nowhere as Kyle Hamilton's the man to meet him. Marlin. Behind the line of scrimmage. Great effort there by the Ravens. And Devontae gives Marlin a little push back as looks like they're having some friendly banter. And I'm sorry, that was Jacoby Myers on the sweep. My apologies. And Ojabo right there with Marlin. 2nd and 11. 1:50 here left in the first quarter. And Whitehair, their left guard, on the bench still. And little screen left on that play. And number 11 of the Raiders, pretty good game, going to bring them in a 3rd and manageable now. And we're all tied up. Seattle and New England tied 7-all. Oh, what a dart in Green Bay, by the way. If that was Malik Willis, it was almost pick 6, but it was a great throw. Baltimore looks like they're bringing pressure here on the 3rd and 4. Let's see if they do. Bring the house. Bring the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys up in the line of scrimmage. 7th one creeping. They bring a little pressure. Minshew, he's got nowhere to go. He throws it. And it's going to be thrown away as Zay Flowers catches the ball on the sideline and then jokes about running the ball back himself. Minshew looked like he had a lane to throw or run, quickly disappeared though. Looks like they had numbers on the right side of the field. Good job by the coverage. Might have had an inside throw that he was just a little too scared to give his guy a chance. And be right back. Gotta blow my nose. Saints are up 14-3 now on the Cowboys, guys. What is going on? Oh my God, number 22, is that Rashid? With a deep catch. Yeah, first play of the drive, 70-yard touchdown to Rashid. Saints are good? What? I'm losing my mind over that one. That was wild. I try to tell y'all it's going to be a good season of football. Ain't no one trying to believe me. Kenny says Hunter Henry, 5 receptions for 60 yards. My God, Kenny. Found your new tight end one? Like, legitimately. I got to check in, actually. We already got the fantasy football. If everyone joined us today, we're not drinking alcohol today because it's 1 p.m., but we do have some beautiful 4 shots of espresso we're sipping on. And it's absolutely delicious. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to pull up my sleeper. Let me see. And, of course, it didn't give me the inactives like I wanted on that page. And yeah, we'll just pull up the ESPN on here too. It's just easier to do it that way than on my phone. 10 fantasy points already. I know, right? Deshaun, 7 of 8 for 83 yards. Trevor Lawrence, 2 of 5 for 7 yards. Oh my God, that is bad. DK Metcalf looked like he's talking a little smack. Let's see. How we doing in fantasy right now? Jared Goff is not doing me well. But Baltimore's already got 18 points on defense. But, of course, that number might go down as the game goes. Jameson Williams, 7 points for me already because he's got 1 catch for 50 yards. Cameron Dicker, though, missing the PAT in L.A., literally has got -1 points for me right now. J.K. Dobbins starting to put up some points, though. I'm slowly looking like I'm going to win this game, but there's still a lot to go. How am I doing on my Lamarck of the Beast team? All right, here. Let's see. Lamar getting started here at the 20-yard line. 40 seconds left in this first quarter. Dang, Derrick Henry, three carries for -4 yards right now. I'm looking like a genius in one of my leagues. Kenny says, yikes, AR 5 times may be a bust. Ooh. Wild games going on right now. Seattle 7-7. Cleveland over Jacksonville by 7. New York now leading Washington 6-3. Saints up 14-3 on the Cowboys. Tampa up 6-3 on the Lions. All right, 2nd and 6 here. Don't have to snap the ball. And that's the end of the first quarter here. So we're going to flip the field. And we'll see. Hopefully the Ravens come out here and score some points, man. I want to see the Ravens have a successful drive here. Like, I want to see consecutive good plays. I don't want to see sacks taken. I don't want to see runs being blown up in the backfield. I I know this is going to sound bad, and I don't think we can do it. I don't want to. I want to see right now just solid running. I want to see man style run over, line that shit up and hit somebody. Like, I just don't like the style of running I'm seeing right now, and I I guess just Baltimore doesn't have the guards to do it though. Is really what's starting to look like. And the problem is, this is what kills me is I feel like other than Tyler Linderbaum, we have no run blockers on our line. We have all pass blockers. Voorhees solid in pass protection. Really thought he'd been better in his run blocking duties, but it just doesn't seem like he's there. Ronnie is a franchise left tackle. That's what he's paid to do is protect the blind side. We Linderbaum we don't have to talk about. But a right guard, we know we're already struggling on right guard with the Falele. I don't know why Ben Cleveland's not playing. I don't know if he's in Harbaugh's doghouse like players in previous years, or if he's truly regressed that much from last year. Of course, Cleveland was one of the guys we thought was really going to be in this competition. PFF graded him last year in those 3 games as a 70-80 pass blocking guard. His run game did need some improvement, but is it really that much worse than what we're already seeing? And then, of course, on the right side, McCary is the solid, reliable backup. Great in pass protection, or he's like basically average or above average in every category. But I don't see that nastiness in his game. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what I really want in a team is my guard and I just like to run off the right side. Maybe I'm biased, but I want my right guard, my right tackle to be absolute brawlers. I miss Marshall Yanda, and I know I'm not alone in the Ravens community about that one. I know Zeitler was good too, but God, I miss Yanda. Yanda is one of my all-time favorite Ravens. Hunter now has 12.33 points, and they're in the red zone. Wild, bro. Let's see here. Let's see if the Ravens can get this offense going. 2nd and 6. Lone back Henry here. They're going there and left side, and my God. Blown up in the backfield. Max Crosby again. And please show this replay so I can see who messed their blocks up. What is going on here? So, yeah, Max Crosby. They run the entire line left. Likely lined up on the right side of the formation here on a one-on-one to cut Sidney Crosby off on the backside. And Crosby just abuses likely on that play. 14-25 here in the second. 3rd and 7. And Lamar, good pocket going deep over the middle, and he way overthrew Mark Andrews. My God, Lamar had a beautiful pocket. Andrews had like 2-step lead on his guy, and Lamar threw him 5 steps past that 2-step lead. Let's see here. And Mark kind of just buying time, sees Lamar buying time, and just, I don't know if maybe Mark was supposed to continue running that route or if he was, and I think Lamar told him, just keep running. Oh, and the punter, Jordan Stout, just got hit as he punted. They hit him square on, and that's a flag, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Ravens. Let's see, is it a 5-yard penalty or 15-yard penalty? It looked like he 100% went straight into the side of Jordan Stout. And that's what they're saying right there. That's 100% roughing the kicker. Let's watch the replay. Like, balls away and just, the slow down replay shows that it's not as bad, but at the same time, you can't do that, man. Jordan Stout does a good job to fall properly, but my gosh. Yeah, hit him and undercut him, and someone is losing their mind. And it's a 5-yard penalty instead of 15. Raiders get away with one there. And Baltimore will decline the penalty. Really? Was it that great of a position? They returned it a little bit. Why would you not kick that again unless Jordan's hurt? That didn't make any sense. I understand it wouldn't have given us a first down, but you could have had an opportunity to pin them even deeper. You could have gone with a hard count. Let's talk about this for a minute. No. Hold on. I got to write my note about this, and then we'll talk about it. All right. Maybe I'm wrong, but Ravenflock, if you're there, please correct me on this. So, 3rd and 7. Running into the kicker, only a 5-yard penalty would have made it a 4th and 2. Now, yes, the positioning might not have got too much better, but whatever. But here's the thing. They know we have a tendency to go for it on 4th down. We put that fear into people. So, with that being said, why would you not go out there, walk out the offense, tell Lamar to unleash the hardest hard count he's ever done in his life while hyping up Max Crosby or Christian Watkins to like get them like, oh, they're going like. And then guess what? When you get the delay of game, now you're just punting from where you originally punted. You lose nothing and have everything to gain. And again, excuse me, I could be wrong on all this. But if I'm not mistaken, I mean, that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, Harbaugh, please hire me or somebody as a game manager. Like you tried to hire Jerry Rosenberg in the offseason after that pitiful excuse of a KC game planning wise, and execution. 6 rushing attempts. That's all I'm going to say. And like they're saying, the rules analyst said that should have been a 15-yard penalty, but only 5. Raiders getting here after, and again, I got a huge critique of that one. For 1st and 10. Handoff going up the middle, and solid gain, about 3 yards on the play. And I'm going to go to Twitter to tweet at Lacey about this a little bit. I got to talk about this because maybe, again, I'm wrong. Kenny says, this is the 2nd week in a row Hunter Henry is targeted for a touchdown in the red zone, but it was batted away. Oh, that's rough, my guy. And throw over the middle. Great catch by Bowers. Marlon Humphrey in coverage and right on him. That's just a absolutely great catch. And Brock lined up all the way out there on the Z. And look at those strong hands. That was strong hand catch. Watch that. That is, you got to honestly, that's how you go show young kid. And I might have to go blow my nose after this next play again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having sinus issues again. 1st and 10. Minshew going right, and he's got it, man. That's Devontae, just short of the 1st down. And my apologies on that, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 minute here. I'm out here tweeting at Lacey DeCosta about the game a little bit. 2nd and 5, 11-10 in the second quarter. Ball on the 35-yard line as the Raiders are continuing to move down the field. Here comes Zamir White, run off the right side, and that's going to be a gain of maybe about 3, bringing them in a 3rd and short situation. 10:55 and ticking. What up, Azo, my boy? He says, no, you're right. I see nothing to lose in the try. Perhaps you could be hitting on something. Maybe he got hurt a little. And that's the thing. Even if he, needed a second to recoup himself, going for the hard count on the 4th down gives him that breather for a second. You good, man? Are we okay? But what do I know, guys? I'm lower than an armchair quarterback, right? 3rd and 3. Ball on the 32.5-yard line. Ravens are loud here at the bank. And going to be a handoff. And, the Ravens are all over it. Travis Jones and Nnamdi Madubuike. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. The interior defensive line of the Ravens, so talented this year. Travis Jones having a breakout year, in my opinion. And we've been looking for that for a while. Let's watch this again. Oh, my God. And Travis and Nnamdi literally just chuck the interior offensive lineman back a full yard or two. 52-yard attempt here for the Raiders. This is a big kick here. Carlson for the Raiders. And there's a flag down. I think it's against the Raiders, as the Ravens were constantly pointing. I think it was the delay of game, but the kickers were telling them to reset. We saw the kickers doing this, which means reset the play clock. So the refs messed up here, did not reset the game, or the play clock, my apologies. Ravens thought the game or the play clock has expired. So Carlson's going to get an extra second to get set out here. There goes the play clock, finally started. So probably started a little late on the second attempt. Here we go, though. 52 yards to tie the game. It's up, and it's good. Good accuracy. Probably could have made that from 54. Great kick, honestly, by the Raiders. And we've got a tie game here in Baltimore. And again, what do I know, guys? I'm not a professional as much as I would like to be. I'm not going to lie. Raven fans might hate me for this, but hear me out. Some of y'all might know I have previously submitted my resume to the scouting department for the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, I never got any call. I've applied for positions with the Miami Dolphins. I've applied for positions with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I applied for a coaching internship with the Indianapolis Colts. My most recent I reached out to the New York Football Giants. I think, Sean over there is a great family man. I think he's a good guy. But I think the New York Giants need help. And if you know anything about me and my professional career, I like challenges. I once told my regional manager, when I get my next promotion and I become a station manager for Delta, I don't want to go just like a normal place. I want to go somewhere that's like at the bottom of the barrel number-wise. So that just like I did in Arkansas, when I pull their numbers up out of the shit, I can just add that to my portfolio, basically. When I arrived in Arkansas as a performance manager, we were scoring in the lower 30 to 40 percentiles on all of our scoring metrics. After 1 month, we finished at like 97% on almost every score across the board. And we finished at 99% at every metric for the rest of the year, and finished at the end of the year as the second best Tier 2 station in the Delta system. I was extremely proud of that fact. And your boy spent So many hours. There was one night I did an overnight shift at the airport because I was just sitting there like debugging these pad things and then logging them and then packaging them up basically to send them off to mainline so that we could get credit and like funds to use for other different stuff essentially. And because they were pushing them in some pilot program and needed other ones, and we had somehow gotten some, it was wild, man. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of miss sometimes working for the airlines, but I would absolute die having a heat stroke. Kenny says David Carr has 2 touchdowns thrown over 50 yards. Yeah, well, we saw the one to Rashid earlier. They're up 21-6 on the Dallas Cowboys right now. Kenny says Niners are down 10-0. Vikings just threw a 99. What? Dude, we are having a wild week too. I feel like it's a lot of these teams just like us. You put so much prep into like that week 1 opponent. And then we got early divisional opponents. So this is a game like you might not devote as much film time to maybe. And I feel like it's showing for every team across the NFL right now. Like, you know what I mean? My God. All right, come on, Baltimore. All right. We talk about it a lot on this channel. We don't like to just talk about problems. If you're going to just bring up a problem, you better be actively thinking of a solution. So how do we get this offense running? And like they're saying, Roger Rosengarten has not came in, so McCary continues to play right tackle here. And I think they're scared to match him up against Max Crosby, and I understand that. 1st and 10. Play action. Good pocket for Lamar. He's going deep right side and hits Zay. And Zay makes a toe drag catch on the right sideline. Great throw, great catch, great pocket for Lamar. As finally the Ravens offense shows a little bit of signs of life. Ravens look like they double teamed Max Crosby on that one. Had a tight end and the right tackle on him. Oh, did he get that second foot down? Yep, toe drag. Perfect. Zay barely getting that right toe in. Good, great catch by Zay. Ball on the 47-yard line of the Ravens. Little play action. Oh, they're trying to set up a little outlet pass. I look like a little Spider 2Y banana. And they're trying to get the ball to Ricard, and Max Crosby just too athletic, left unblocked on the play and able to jump and get. Oh my God, I'm watching the 99-yard Minnesota play. Justin Jefferson literally just outran 2 49ers. My God, look, who is that coming in with the block there by 83? My God, he came flying in. Shout out to 83 for the Vikings on that speed. 2nd and 10 here after the failed outlet pass. Henry, man in motion. They're setting up another screen. This one to Likely. And he's got the first down as Patrick McCary was out there to block, but kind of the timing of the screen off. Jackson had to like fake it, then throw it to Likely, it seemed like. Or he's trying to, he had someone with their hand up again. And McCary out there to throw a good block, Likely though, and McCary just off timing on it. Ravens might have got lucky that they didn't get an ineligible offensive lineman downfield or lineman downfield penalty there. 8 minutes on the clock. Lamar looking left over the middle, going back right. He's got Henry. Henry makes the first man miss, and he's out of bounds just past the 30-yard line as the Ravens are coming up on the red zone here. And some of these short passes finally starting to work a little bit. Henry was able to just shake a man off, though. Bad tackle by, I believe, number 5 of the Raiders here. Had a chance to make a play on Henry, but just slips off him. You got to drive through on that tackle. You can't hip drop tackle Henry like that sliding. You will slide off of him because he's too big. You got to hit and drive on Henry on those legs. Pull those legs together. Henry, little off tackle left run, and maybe a gain of 4 on the play. Maybe 3. 7:15 and ticking here in the second quarter in a tie ball game, 3-3 as the Ravens are knocking on the door of the red zone. And Aaron Rodgers taking a sack there in the New York, Tennessee game. We've got some wild games across the league right now. I want to actually go. Let's see here. 2nd and 7. Play clock at 1. Ball's off, though. Handoff up the middle. Oh, Jackson's actually going to keep it. He faked everyone, including the cameraman, out. But only a gain of 3 on the play. If he had given it to the halfback, that'd have been a huge gain. And Justice Hill. Finally, the Ravens deliver on some inside blocking. Linderbaum does a great job sealing on the inside, but Jackson keeps it, and that was the wrong decision on that play. 3rd and 5. Andrews lined up on the same side as Crosby. Let's see if he's there to block. He is. They're going to roll the pocket right like I talked about last week, and nowhere to go. And one thing I'm seeing, too many strong side to short side, if you get what I'm saying. So what I mean by that is when the Ravens have the number advantage and are running like a trips right stacked formation or something to a side, they're running the wrong type of plays on the short side of the field. Like, yeah, cool. If you want to run the ball, still okay, but you should still always try to be running more to the open side of the field and then eventually run the short side, small side counter style. And Tucker, of course, going to put this ball in from 42, and we've got a 6-3 lead, Baltimore, with 6 minutes left in the first half of football here at M&T Bank Stadium this Sunday. And again, special shout out to everyone coming and hanging out with us this Sunday here on Darwin's Raven. Of course, I'm Darwin, a.k.a. Levi, whatever you want to call me. And I'm disappointed. I don't know about y'all. I'm a little disappointed. I know we have the lead. You should always be happy with a lead, but maybe I'm just spoiled here in Baltimore. Like, it's just... Let's take a look. Oh, I was about to take a look across the league, and then it cut out on me. And like Cole Jackson right now on Twitter says, it's insane to me that they're not even considering rotating Ben Cleveland in. There's zero movement in the running game. While Cleveland doesn't finish, he does move. He does move goes off the ball. He does move guys off the ball, is I believe what Cole was trying to say there. But, oh my gosh. And what's crazy is I actually predicted Cleveland to win the starting right guard out of camp is what's a little crazier about this. So I admitted I was wrong on that. I was pleasantly surprised. But then, with the way things are going, I'm a little concerned. And I wonder why Cleveland can't even break in. It's one of two things. He either A, regressed so badly from last year that it's like unacceptable, or B, I feel the more probable answer here. He's got to be in Harbaugh's doghouse. And I used to be very angry about Harbaugh's doghouse and the way he would literally handicap the team to send a message. Which, while I understand is important sometimes to maintain a locker room, I do not believe the Ravens locker room has ever been to that point, if you get what I'm saying, where the message had to been sent that clear. It's like part of my argument against Harbaugh. Harbaugh is a great leader, man. There's no taking away from him. But I do have critiques about his game management, which everyone in Baltimore does. Jerry Rosenberg, 6 rushing attempts. But I've also had questions about some of his roster management decisions. Harbaugh's doghouse, veteran players for leadership in the locker room over the development and snap count of younger players that show promise and development. But, again, what do I know? I'm a nobody. I don't work for the Ravens. I'm not in the Ravens locker room. Oh, and good return here by the Raiders as they're up to the 33-yard line. And we've got flags down on the play, though. Oh, I've cracked my neck and it felt amazing. I don't know about y'all too. I got some Moe's queso waiting on me. Oh, personal roughness on number 49 of the Ravens. Chris Board, and that's a big penalty. Going to add 15 yards. So they were at the 33. That means they're now at the 48-yard line after that penalty. And they're watching the replay in the booth, and they say they don't see what he did. Might have been something he said, they said. Let's see here. They're going to show us the replay. I mean, he had his hand up on his face. I think that was an illegal hands to the face, but they threw the flag super late, so that's a little odd. 21-13. Cowboys are coming back in their game. Raiders getting started here, though. Like I said, 47, that's off by a yard, but whatever. And toss play going left, little jet sweep fake. And Gardner Minshew throwing some blocks. And would have been a loss on the play. Turner, the recipient of the jet sweep. But Gardner Minshew out there throwing blocks on the outside edge. Gotta love the competitiveness from the vet. And, oh, CeeDee Lamb, fantasy owners, huge catch here for the Cowboys, showing them some life. Breaks out of a double team tackle, horrible tackle by the Saints, and a huge play for CeeDee. Dallas has a 16-game home win streak. New Orleans trying to snap that. Blitz coming right from the Ravens. Picked up well by the Raiders. Deep pass going right, and it's intercepted. That's Marlon Humphrey with a horrible pass from the Raiders. Miscommunication, obviously, but the Ravens say, we'll take it here. And Max Crosby having a talk with Gardner Minshew, pumping him up and saying, dude, you got this. No worries. I'm going to go get this ball. I ain't going to lie. It looked like Max Crosby just looked Gardner Minshew, said, don't worry. I'm going to go get this ball back for you. Get this ball back, and we're going to go ball out. Like, Max was pumping up Gardner after that bad play. And this is one of those ones where, again, I'm going to be a little bit of realist for the Ravens here. If you're not watching this game, the game tape is not going to be accurate to what the box score shows. Odafe Oweh had 2 sacks already in this game. Both were really bad plays by the one. Odafe gets 100% credit for the first one. The second one was a horrible miscommunication by the Raiders where Odafe came free. So, you know, the interception right there was just a really bad play. It wasn't even really a pressured throw. It was just really bad play or miscommunication there. Maybe it looked like the outside guy was still going, so I don't know if he was running like a deep corner or a go route. And I think Gardner thought he was running like a 13-yard comeback or something maybe. And he literally threw the ball, and Marlon was just sitting there waiting for it. Like, oh, big stretches here. Oh, gosh. I rolled out of bed, got some coffee, and got ready for the game. Wow, what do we got going on here? Was that a huge interception by New York? Wow, what an interception by New York. The Jets taking on the Titans and who is that? I can't even see. 26 of the Jets is who it is. Makes an absolutely incredible play, playing all the way through the ground to rip that ball away from Trey Burks. And Will Levis thought he had a great catch by his wide receiver, turned into an interception. Seahawks leading 14-10 over New England, as New England's been a lot more competitive than I thought they would be. And that last score by Seattle. And man, Max Crosby seems like a great guy to have on your team. Let's be honest. 5-0-3. Toss play going right. Ricard, good block on the outside, and that's going to be a gain, what looks like maybe 5 or 6 by Henry, as that's going to be one of the best runs we've seen by Henry so far. Oh, that hit on Derrick Henry earlier by Max Crosby was electric. Like I said, I had like almost that Clowney level energy. 3 tackles for a loss for Max Crosby, plus a sack today. 2nd and 4. 4 for 25 on the clock. Henry motions out of the backfield. Empty set here for the Ravens. Lamar looking left, getting pressured up the middle. That's Christian Watson. Beat Daniel Falele. Wide open man, Zay Flowers. And he's tackled at the 40-yard line of the Raiders. 22-yard gain. And that's just a broken play. Daniel Falele beat by Christian Watson of the Wilkins, of the Raiders. Lamar just buying time. And Zay just run that deep crosser and just nobody over there because everyone thought the play was dead. Crosby right there on him too, as Wilkins is giving Falele everything he can handle. Handoff going left guard, and there's a good run as Henry gains looks like 9 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 1 as the Ravens are approaching the red zone, but we've got a flag on the play. Holding on the offense, that's sad, on Ronnie Stanley this time. And Ravens are booing. And that's the things I don't like. They probably haven't even seen the replay of the penalty, and they're booing the refs. Come on, Raven fans, have a little class. Harbaugh, though, now we see the replay, and Harbaugh's a little upset with the ref. Let's watch here. That didn't look like a holding penalty to me. Let's be honest here. That's got to be a... Come on, are you kidding me? Screenplay going right. That's Zay. Makes the first man miss and tackled from behind. That's Max Crosby chasing him downfield and down at what looks like the 39-yard line. So back to about where they were. Got to give that the Harbaugh head shake. Great play by Zay. Was that Rosengarten out there? I saw number 70. I swear. 24 straight games with a first half touchdown. Longest active streak in the NFL. Got to get a touchdown here to keep the streak alive. 2:43 on the clock. Shotgun snap. Lamar with a deep drop. He's going over the right side, and Zay with a diving catch. He says it's a catch. What do the refs say? They say it hit the turf. You can hear someone on the sideline saying it's a catch. Let's watch the replay. That looks... Zay got his hands under, but it looks like the ground might have helped him on. Let's watch the second angle here, see if it helps. Yeah, that ball's pretty much on the ground. Like, that's like kind of simultaneous. He had it, but a catch. And no, fans, stop telling Harbaugh, no. And Lamar's even mad about this. Lamar literally told him, don't throw the flag. And Harbaugh throws the challenge flag. I mean, Baltimore does have all 3 timeouts, so it's a whatever. We have a timeout to burn with only 2:35 left in the game. Again, both coaches, all 3 timeouts right now before the challenge. And there's been critiques of Antonio. I'm just saying. I feel like, I don't know specifically, other than, of course, potentially on the punt play. Again, we could have used the timeout on the punt play, but I would have taken the delay of game. I don't know, man. I'm a little... Maybe I'm just crazy on that. Quick updates across the league. Cleveland's leading the Jacksonville Jaguars 10-3 as they're looking to move across half field. Jets all tied up in Tennessee. They've got the ball with 1:47 left on the Tennessee 12, so they're in the red zone as they're looking to score. San Francisco taking on Minnesota. They've got the ball, but they're down 0-10. Second and goal on the Minnesota 7, so they're about to get some points. And we all saw, as the announcers all said, as even Lamar told John, that's not a catch. Don't challenge it. LA Chargers continuing to whoop up on my poor Carolina Panthers, 20-0. And final score updates across the NFL. We've got Dallas down now 28-13 against the Saints. Seattle 14-13 versus New England, and Tampa Bay 13-6 versus Detroit. And of course, all tied up in the New York Giants game. But back to Ravens football here. 3rd and 8 now after the failed challenge. Kenny says the Saints are not mad. Dude, they are out to show people that oh no, we've got someone down on a knee. Oh, no, they're having a medical emergency on the Baltimore sideline. All of the Raven players are taking a knee. We don't know what's going on, really. They are praying. It's not a player. It's one of the chain guys. So one of the chain crew for the NFL is having a medical emergency on the sideline right now. And they're heading to commercial. We'll get you what we can when we can. We'll have a quick moment of silence, though, and, pray that he's okay. And again, we hope that gentleman's okay. I know when I went to training camp, they were having a heat wave, and it was hot. Like, I ended up getting, like, second-degree burns. Someone that suffered from heat stroke, I thought I was going to die out there. And I know it's a hot one, I think, there in Baltimore today, so we hope everyone's okay with that. And they're bringing out the medical cart for him. And we don't have any more information on what's going on. And again, all the players on the field are taking a knee, it would seem. And we got another guy over there, number 84, saying a little prayer for whoever is down for the Baltimore chain gang stuff. Man, it just hits home a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been there. It's absolutely terrifying. How are we doing in fantasy football? Let's take a look. So in my sleeper league, my main team, Jared Goff, 10-20 for 113 yards and interception. Not much going on there. Aaron Jones, not much. J.K. Dobbins having another big day out there in L.A. 11 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown. Amon St. Brown, 4-9 for 41 yards. Jameson Williams, 2 for 5 for 55 yards. Big play. Cameron Dicker finally getting some points. Baltimore's defense scoring well. And Namdi, not much, but he's hanging in there. Such as... Let's see here. League. Message. And he's moving his hands as he was carting off the field. So I wonder if he just suffered a heat stroke like I did, honestly. That's sad. Oh my gosh, I hope he's okay. That's terrifying, man. I really hope he's okay. Oh no. They immediately went into chest compressions, apparently. We got an update. So he lost consciousness. They took care of him. They're taking him to the hospital. They started chest compressions. He did regain consciousness and is moving, so that's a good sign. But I wonder if he just had a heat stroke or if he was. Lamar going deep left after the play, and Nelson Aguilar. Oh my God, almost made a great catch, but Jacorian Bennett makes a great defensive play. That was wild. And Tucker just missed again from 50 plus. Oh my God. Tucker. What's going on, Justin? Just outside the left. Oh no. He is now 1 of 7 from 50. Gosh. Screen going right here, 222 and maybe a yard on the play. Again, Las Vegas has all 3 timeouts here as they're going to get a good chance here to return this ball. And that missed field goal absolutely hurts. And it's going to start possibly changing how Harbaugh calls this a little bit, maybe. And Tucker's got his head hung on the sideline a little bit here. And we've got a timeout, I think, on the Ravens. No, 2-minute warning. My apologies. Gosh. And Tucker slamming the water bottle as he's definitely upset right there. I don't know. I said something unpleasant last year, and I think we got to readdress this. I talked about last year. Tucker's had a great, few years. He's a Hall of Fame kicker. The best, if not one of the best, up there with like Matt Stover for our best kicker of history. But I talked about this a little last year. Not that I wanted him to, but I said, hey, he's the most accurate kicker in NFL history. I know a lot of guys probably would like to retire with that title still in hand. It makes an even better case for the Hall of Fame ballot. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, what if, of course, Tucker is a lightning personality. He lights up a room. He's an opera singer. He's seems well-educated, well-spoken. He probably could really have a career at a sports network somewhere. And with that said, I said, when does he start eyeballing the retirement number? Wouldn't you want to go out as the most accurate kicker in NFL history, and not like a 3-year career. This is a long career. And of course, with the potential of other things in the future, and Ravens going to start getting tighter and tighter on the cap, it's not something I want, but it's something I wanted to prep Raven fans for, is what I spoke of last season about when I talked about it. Not, again, that I want it, not that I expect it, not that I think it's coming, but just to simply prepare mentally for it a little bit. Oh, and looks like the Lions got a turnover, which they desperately needed. Is that Brian Branch with another interception? Number 32, I think it is. Oh, my gosh. It is. Brian Branch is turning into a defensive MVP candidate, it looks like. Just looks like the Mayfield never even saw him over there. And Baltimore, 113 yards to Las Vegas 48. There's been only 150 yards of offense between both teams in the first half. Gardner going deep down the right sideline, and great coverage there by Marlin, and they're going to throw the flag. I don't know if that was correct. 155, and this will give Las Vegas huge positioning. And let's watch here. Marlin matched up on Devontae Adams. Little just go route, and that's a bad call. Yes, they were touching, but that was right. That's not a correct call. That's a bad call. And that's what Harbaugh's telling him right there. You're telling me he can't literally touch him at all? He can't run beside him? Marlin went like this, didn't inhibit him, let go, and turned around for the ball. That's a bad call by the refs. Puts the ball on the 29-yard line of the Ravens. Little outlet pass right to Abdullah, and he's tackled out of bounds. Going to stop the clock. 2nd and 9. And again, bad call there by the refs. Absolutely crap. Harbaugh over there what did he do? What did he do? I love the Harbaugh gifts. They're just iconic. 2nd and 9. Trips. And again, we see here, okay, there we go. Devontae motioning to the bottom side of the screen here. And that's what you should do. Give him space to work with. Minshew going to look there. Quick little out route. And Devontae out of bounds. And I think that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 with 1:44 here on the clock. And we've got some good games. Okay, so the former Packers wide receiver coach is now over there with the Raiders. That's interesting. 3rd and 3. Big play here for the Raiders as they're knocking on the red zone. 118 decibel count here in the M&T. Gardner pressured, and he's going down as Van Noy and Travis Jones are there. And Kyle Van Noy, coming back from the eye injury in KC, gets his first of the season. And Kyle Van Noy just runs by the right tackle there. But Travis Jones up the middle too. Just absolutely blows by the interior offensive line. If Van Noy didn't get it, Travis Jones was going to get it. This Raiders offensive line is having some serious issues. Loss of 9 now makes it a long field goal here for Daniel Carson. 53 yards. 51 yards. He hit from 53 earlier. Baltimore going to have one timeout when they get this ball back. Big kick here for the Raiders. Tie the game up. The kick is up. It's down the middle, and it looks like it's got the power. He could have hit from 55, I feel like, with that one. And oh no, Justin Tucker's watching as another kicker in this game is 2 for 2 of 50-plus yard kicks. I feel like if everyone was like, one of these kickers is going to hit 2 kicks from 50 yards and be 2-2, I don't think anyone would have been like Daniel Carson of the Raiders. And Harbaugh's having a word here with the field judge a little bit. Probably still about that Marlon Humphrey thing. And Harbaugh, you can see, dude, he is seething, is the only word to put it. Teeth are showing. He is just, jaw tensed up, locked. He is angry, and he's having a conversation with a second ref now. And again, I hate to be this person right now. Bad challenge by Harbaugh. Don't listen to the crowd. God, I've got some game notes about this game coming back. And that's Kelly and Hardy back there to return the kick for the Ravens here. Carlson getting ready to kick it off. And like they're saying, both teams playing some good defense. Both teams having O-line struggles. And this ball looks like it's going into the end zone. No return here for the Ravens. And it looks like Malik Neighbors might have got his first touchdown. And of course, when halftime comes, Verizon's going to give us that halftime report, and we're going to go rapid fire through everything. I'm going to go grab a drink while they're getting this set up here. And looks like Zay would have had a catch, but hit and drops the ball. Unfortunate. We forgot to put the lucky stuff on. Got to have the lanyard, got to have the ball. It's the lucky ball. Come on. Second and 10. I was rubbing this ball when the Mile High Miracle happened in Denver. Let's just say that. Play clock about to run out, and we've got a false start, I think, on Ronnie Stanley. Would be his second one of the game. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it was against Mark Andrews, actually. And my apologies. That wouldn't have been his second false start. I'm thinking the holding call he had earlier. And the offense just not in rhythm here. And no penalties against the Raiders so far. 4 against the Baltimore Ravens for 54 yards. Big one being that PI call. 2nd and 15 after the false start. Mark Andrews still doesn't have a catch today. Lamar, deep drop, good pocket. Got all day, and he's going to run off the left side. Raiders are there, and he dodges a huge hit and then takes a huge hit as he's going out of bounds, but the hit was in bounds technically. That is the correct call not to throw a flag there. I hate to say it, but that is the correct call. He was not out of bounds. He clearly was not even had a foot out of bounds. And look at Harbaugh looking at the replay, and he's like, yeah. He's like, man, let's watch. So misses a big one. I mean, he's clearly I take that back. He's clearly given up. He's not running anymore. He's stopping, and number 5 delivers a push hard out of bounds. That should have been a flag. I take that one back, actually. 3rd and 7. Harbaugh clearly upset. Overload blitz looks like it's coming from the right side. They only bring 3 plus delayed people watching Lamar, and Mark Andrew makes his first catch of the day. 1:15 and ticking here as the Ravens offense trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Mark trying to get what he's supposed to do here from Lamar. And I think Las Vegas is going to take a timeout, and they do. And that's a good timeout by Antonio Pierce. Make sure his defense is ready, set. And like they're saying, he's clearly giving himself up and he's clearly going out of bounds, but he's still in the play area. Like he's still both feet in bounds. And probably like a foot or two from the... They're watching again. So like clearly he's not attempting to go, but he's still in bounds. So I mean... It's just a shove, but it was an aggressive shove. That's such a tough one. Like, is that Marvin Lewis over there as the defensive coordinator for the Raiders? Kind of look like him. Matrix says, was the board actualized? 1st and 10. Lamar again, deep drops, pretty solid pocket, going deep over the middle. That's Aguilar, and he's got a first down catch down at what looks like the 42-yard line. 50 seconds here left for the Ravens. And again, the offensive line not moving with real sense of urgency here. A little slow for my liking. Jackson looks left. Scrambling left. And Aguilar trying to tell him, chill out, man. I stepped out of bounds. I can't catch the ball now. As Jackson slings one his way. And like they're saying right there, mentioned he stepped. Look at that sweat on the right here on the stomach of Antonio Pierce, man. He is sweating in that hoodie right now. 5-play, 28-yard drive, 1 minute taken off the clock here for Baltimore. As again, man, I don't like the urgency. 33 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 10. Again, ball on the 42-yard line of the Raiders. Trips right here. Lamar looks there, goes over the middle. That's Zay, makes the first man miss, and wrapped up what looks like at the 34 as John Harbaugh is going to take his final timeout. That was... I don't think that's when you use that last timeout. What... And they've got Rajan Rosengarten in there at the right tackle. And he's rotating out now, so I'm guessing McCary coming back in. That's a very late substitution, though. I'm surprised they haven't started rolling a clock yet. I'm guessing it's because of the timeout, but there we go. Play clock is rolling. They're still in the huddle. 20 seconds left. Still haven't broken the huddle. 18 seconds. We're breaking the huddle. Still not lined up with 15 left. That's not a lot of time to make plays and analysis. 10 seconds on the play clock. Raiders look like they're bringing pressure up the middle. 8 seconds left. And there's the... wait. And Raiders are going to call a timeout? Interesting. Interesting. Might have been the right call here by Antonio, though. Get a look at what the Ravens wanted to do on that play. That's actually not a bad call by Antonio Pierce using that timeout there. 27 seconds. They're really trying to, make sure they prevent the Ravens. A sack here would really push the field goal back for the Ravens, so I know that's what the Raiders are aiming for. That's probably why they've got that pressure look lined up. Yep, and that was Marvin Lewis. I knew that was Marvin Lewis on the Raiders sideline. Wait, is that Connor Stallions? Again, if you've seen the Netflix documentary about the sign stealing gate at Michigan, it's on Netflix. It's great. Matrix says field goal? I don't know where they are. I know, right? 1 of 7 now for Tucker on 50-plus yarders. 3rd and 2 here for the Ravens. Big 3rd down. Lamar getting pressured over the middle. That's Mark Andrews, makes the first man miss, and then we've got a first down. But Baltimore, no timeouts left. They've got to spike this ball. 14. And, Linderbaum takes a big hit there as they try to get the ball as they snap. And with 12 seconds, Ravens maybe have a time to take one shot here at the end zone. But, Raiders got to know that it's coming here. I expect a cover 4 look here from the Raiders. And Rosengarten checked in here at right tackle for the Ravens on this 2nd and 10. Tucker coming back after warming up his leg a little bit. He's eyeing this intently. Likely the solo guy. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he's in the slot top left side. Ball off just in time. Lamar short to Zay, and he's going to spin out of bounds with 7 seconds. They might have enough time for one more shot, and I think that's what. Oh, and Jackson's not happy with Harbaugh. He's walking out, I think, Tucker. And Jackson clearly wanted to go for it there. Lamar telling him, or Harbaugh telling him, no, we're taking the 3 here. This has been no one's been able to score a touchdown, and this is actually going to break the longest streak in the NFL. Baltimore held that streak the most, I think, like 26 games with a touchdown in the first half of football. That's going to be broken here. 32-yard attempt as Pierce is going to probably burn his last time out to freeze Tucker here. And he does. So 6 seconds as Pierce takes his timeout. Field goal's no good by Tucker. Kenny says, I'm laughing at the people who picked Isaiah Likely when I told them. And that's what I was saying. Kenny, I love Isaiah, but we know what the game plan is here in Baltimore. And, we've got some upsets, though. Vikings still up 13-7 on the Niners. They're at halftime. Saints are beating up on the Cowboys 35-16. The slaughter in Carolina continues 20-0 for the Panthers. Carolina Panthers, my second. Oh, man, look at all that sweat on the hoodie of Antonio Pierce as he refuses to take that hoodie off. Spongy says, this pisses me off. Niner fans are coming at me for a quarterback having a bad game. When I said that both teams played on horrible, they said what happened in the Bucs game. Then I said that we were talking about this season. And here's the 32-yard attempt by Tucker. Again, let's see here. And this one pulling hard to the left side. Almost misses. 9-6 as we're heading to halftime. I mean, this definitely has not been what the Baltimore Ravens want to see. Spongy says, Niner fans are coming at me. Okay, well, I already read that. Kenny says, wasn't talking about you, Levi. I still like Giannis. Oh, yeah, I know, Kenny. I know. But I know a lot of people. Isaiah Likely was one of those guys in a lot of fantasy leagues that was one of the top trending players, especially after week 1. I really like the Gianno Smith, like we talked about. He really was showing some good growth. Hunter Henry, I've been skeptical of since the Patriots signed him. But everyone knows a quarterback's best friend is a tight end. And I mean, you can't go wrong with that, especially when, there's limited weapons on that offense already. It's like one of those ones. It's like, where the ball's going to go in a sense. Kenny says, Niner fans are petty as hell. Some can be, thankfully I haven't had really much of too bad of experience with the Niner people. But there's people like that in every fan base. You feel me? And the ball falls off the tee as Tucker's going to get ready. And look how empty the stadium looks. But that's because everyone's already. Again, I've been to this state. I've been to M&T Bank Stadium. I've been to Hard Rock Stadium, and I've been to the Panthers. Was that U.S. Bank Stadium or whatever? Citibank, who knows? The Ravens Stadium took forever to get concessions. Hard Rock was even worse. And this ball is just going through the back of the end zone as we expect Las Vegas to probably knee this ball to enter halftime. What up, John Jay, man? How you doing, my boy? Kenny says half the Niner fans are terrible. John says, I am petty. I mean, though, like I said, this snaps the longest streak in the NFL for teams scoring a first half touchdown. Baltimore held that title. And it's going to be broke here by this Las Vegas Raiders defense. And Antonio Pierce having a chat with Luke Getsy. I'm guessing that's offensive coordinator or offensive staff. And again, quick shout out. One of the chain gang for the Baltimore Ravens had a medical emergency, lost consciousness, and they were doing chest compressions. We really hope he's okay and pray for him and his family as we head to halftime here in this game. But this is Matrix says, what is the real score? 9-6 or 6-6 on the board? Oh, thank you. Wait, I'm about to say mine says 9-6. What are you talking about? Why did it not? I'm confused on that. It looks like that froze for some reason. There we go. It appeared my Gamecast had frozen up. So thanks for that shout out, Matrix. It is 9-6. I don't know why it hadn't updated yet, but let's take a look here at Sleeper, though. I'm trying to see how my fantasy football team's doing. Looks like I'm predicted to win my first matchup of the season. J.K. Dobbins, Amon St. Brown carrying my team. Combined total 30-plus points. Jared Goff slowly getting me some points, but not there. Baltimore's defense still holding on 18 points with the 1 interception and 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble. We're looking pretty good here in week 1. Let's go check on our ESPN fantasy football teams. I want to go to the matchup. John Jay says, I heard that the Ravens have not looked good. Oh, dude, we have looked horrible. The offensive line is getting absolutely no push. We're still trying to figure out what happened to Ben Cleveland, our backup right guard from last year that was expected to win the job. We think he's in Harbaugh's doghouse. Justin Tucker is now 1 of 7 from 50-plus yards since last season. Harbaugh missed a good opportunity to be a good head coach earlier. Both O-lines just struggling. Harbaugh had a bad challenge that left us. If we had another timeout earlier because Harbaugh hadn't made a horrible challenge that even Lamar Jackson told him, don't challenge it. It's not a catch. But John Harbaugh listened to all the fans screaming at him, and he challenged that ball. So we have not looked that good. No offensive production at all. Bad penalties. But let's take a look at what's going on across the league here. Jets taking on the Titans, of course. And Titans are up 10-7 on the Jets. Will Levis, 11 of 13 for 114 yards and an interception. Aaron Rodgers, 10 of 16 for 81 yards and a touchdown. They're already started the third quarter, 12-13 in that quarter. Moving on, we've got a game in Foxborough. Seattle taking on the New England Patriots. Seattle up 17-13 on that game. Geno Smith, 19 of 23 for 205 yards and a touchdown. Jacoby Brissett, 11 of 19, having a good day as well. Of course, we talked about this game earlier. 49ers taking on the Vikings. Sam Darnold, revenge game. Vikings are up 13-7. Sam Darnold unleashing a 99-yard dot to Jordan Jefferson. My take, though, the real story here, number 83 coming flying in out of nowhere to help block that last guy. Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold both having good days. Darnold 9 of 17 for 177 yards, touchdown, interception. Purdy 13 of 18 for 154 and a touchdown. Tampa Bay, Detroit in what might be the upset of the week here. Tampa Bay up 13-6 on Detroit. Jared Goff 14 of 26 for 157. Baker Mayfield 8 of 12 for 133. Both quarterbacks, I believe, with a touchdown. Colts, Packers making something happen. Malik Willis 6 of 7 for 47 yards and a touchdown. Anthony Richardson not coming out as explosive this week. They're down in that game early. Browns taking on the Jaguars. Deshaun Watson showing some signs of life. 12 of 18 for 114 and a rushing touchdown. Trevor Lawrence having a horrible day. 5 of 12 for like 36 yards. Absolutely horrible day there. But one of the tales of the tape here, what up, Kenny? What up, David? What up, Oak? One of the stories like we were talking about, tail of the tape doesn't really tell. We'll get into it in a minute. Oh, Carolina finally on the board, but LA leading them 20-3 as J.K. Dobbins has another big run on the day. Justin Herbert, 7-11 for 70 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Bryce Young having an abysmal day. But again, upset of the week, Alvin Kamara leading the way, 9 rushes for 60 yards, 57 receiving yards, 3 total touchdowns, being an absolute fantasy monster as the Saints lead the Cowboys in that game. And then finally, Daniel Jones getting on the board, 9 of 14 for 114 yards and a touchdown to Malik Neighbors. Jaden Daniels not having a bad day, though, 11 of 13 for 87 yards. Just got to get his yard total up. This has been absolutely wild. But one of the stories here for the Ravens game so far, Oweh with 2 sacks, though the Raiders' offensive line has been absolutely horrible. What about that touchdown catch to Breece Hall? Oh, my God. Aaron Rodgers now just threw a 39-yard, I think, reception touchdown to Breece Hall on a wheel route. That was a thing of beauty. But then also the interception by Marlon Humphrey, just a really bad throw by Minshew. The stat lines don't really tell how this game's going, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Kenny says, I don't agree with that intentional grounding. Kenny says, I think I'm losing all of my pick'ems. I know, we got to get an update on the pick'ems thing. Ooh, you started Neighbors over Tank today. I mean, Neighbors has got a touchdown already. Texans, of course, play, 8:20 tonight on NBC, a.k.a. Peacock, so that's not bad. Man, I'm having a big day. JK's almost got me 20 points. Jameson's got 10. Amon St. Brown's got 15. Like, big day. Let's see how my second team's doing in this league. Oh, I'm beating 49ers Media right now. Expected to beat him by 10 points. He's still got 7 players left to play, though. I started Trevor Lawrence. He's looking horrible. Elliott's got nothing. Bucky Irving's got nothing. Where are all? Oh, my God. I've got George Kittle on that team, and George Kittle's got 21 points. Jets defense got me 14 points so far. Oh, my God. I had Sam Darnold, and I didn't start him. He's almost got 20 points. I'm kicking myself in the butt for that one. 49er Media probably going to end up beating me in that game because he's got Saquon Barkley. This is a wild one here. Who's absolutely crushing it right now in fantasy? Look at Cahill. Cahill got Derek Carr going off for 32 points. CeeDee Lamb for 25. James Cook for 30. Olave's got him another 10. Cahill's having a huge day right now in his game over Joe Stevens. Looks like he's going to blow Joe Stevens out of the water right now. AD, the Pack fan in my league's got Justin Jefferson, who's got 29.3. Chris Godwin of the Packers, 28.7. We've got some big scorers today in the league. Like, my God. Kenny says, I'm currently at 96 points, and I still have Devonta Smith, Kyron Williams, and Young Ho Koo playing. So you've still got a lot of stuff possibly to play. Like, my God. Oak Squirrel says, I already have 100. God, that's great, guys. Like, currently my team in Sleeper has 87.1. But Cahill right now, Cahill's team in our Sleeper Fantasy Football League has 137 points. He still has 2 players left to play and is predicted to finish the day with 193.54 points. I believe the highest in our entire league right now. Let me double check that. Yep. Sidney Miller, a.k.a. Shitney, coming in with 174 points. Checking my ESPN leagues here real quick. Let's take a look here across the ESPN leagues. Let's see. Where is it Fantasy Cast I want or Scoreboard? I don't think so. Scoreboard, there we go. It doesn't give me the projected winner. Buffalo already 85 points in his game. Let's see, and then we'll check that. That's our 10-man league. I want to check my other league. Oh my God, stop clicking. Let's check in our second league here. I'm so excited, too, to see. Oak Squirrel says, I'm expected to get 160. Nice. Jason says, just hoping in to say, what's up, my dude? Hopping in to say, what's up, my dude? What up, Jason? How you doing today, my boy? Kenny says, 158. I know. I'm predicted to finish with 138 on one team and 125 on my second team. And then for my ESPN leagues, I want to go to my Poetically Speaking team. Let's see here. I lost by 40 points in week 1. Week 2, I'm having a pretty decent week so far. Jackson Smith and Jiba already got 17.5 points for me. Man, I should have started Braylon Allen, but Lamar not getting me much points. Lamar's killing me right now in these leagues. Like, I've got Lamar in both my ESPN fantasy leagues, and I'm not doing good. Let's see, checking across the league here. Oh, someone's got 92 points already in our ESPN league. I got to go check out that team. Oh, he's got Alvin Kamara, the Ravens defense, and Zay Flowers. 30 points, 15 points, and 14.3 points. That is wild. Oak says, and my opponent is only expected to get 9. Dang, you're going to blow him out by more than 60 points predicted? That's freaking rough. Man, I was really hoping the Browns were going to lose that game. I really thought they were going to lose. Oh, are the Cowboys finally going to score and bring this game closer? Oh, no, Dak. Oh, my God, he spun out of it. He flipped it off. Oh, my God, is that Zeke? Oh, my God, what a play by Ezekiel Elliott. Dak barely able to get out of sack, flicks the ball to Zeke, and Zeke takes it for like 20, 30 yards. Oak Squirrel says, I got James Cook and Oh, I know, right? Oh, my God. James Cook's had a huge day. And then JJ, is that Jackson Smith? Or are you talking about, you're talking about Justin Jefferson. Oh, my God. And, of course, like in my sleeper league, if it's a 40 or 50-yard touchdown catch, you get bonus points, actually. So, like, case in point, I know that helps me a lot with Jameson Williams, who keeps getting these big, like, he got a 50-yard catch earlier. And that 50-yard catch ended up getting me bonus points. So I know I'm having a pretty good day. Aaron Jones, 7.6. JK, 19. Amon St. Brown, 15. Jameson, 10. Ravens defense, 18. But good story is Ravens are going to get the ball here to start the second half as we're slowly getting closer back to the second half of football in Baltimore. I will be right back, guys. I'm going to go blow my nose, and I'll be right back. I got James Cook. Oh, yeah, I already said that. BRB. They're talking about Max Crosby and how destructive he's been. Oak Squirrel and and they're up big. They're going to get some good points. Oh, I can breathe again. 4th round pick out of Oklahoma State. I know I got George Kittle in one of my leagues. 1st and 10 here. Handoff to Henry, going off left guard and nowhere on the play. Maybe 2 yards on the play. Yeah, 43 yards of offense allowed by the Raiders in the first half. That's mind-blowing. What's crazy, if my Ravens can finish the game with, like, I think less than 100 yards by the other team, they get a ton of fantasy points, which would be huge for me. 2nd and 8. And shift by the defensive lineman. Hill shift in that side. Play action over the middle. That's Andrews. And diving catch. If he could have just kept running, though, instead of having to dive for it, that would have been an extra gain of 10 yards on the play here. And, like, again, Mark just needed to keep running for that ball. And that was smart. The Raider players didn't touch him, hoping he would get up and just drop the ball. That was really smart, actually. 1st and 10. Handoff going left side, off tackle. Henry with the lane, still on his feet. Huge stiff arm, he's still going. And there's the Derrick Henry we know and love. Finally a good run off the left side. 30-yard run by the King. And this little off tackle, Ricard and Andrews do a great job on the outside. Almost gets tackled. And then great stiff arm later down the field to keep going. 30-yard game. That's absolutely electric. Henry now 9 rushes for 36 yards, bringing his average to 4 yards a game. Ball on the 10. Handoff going up the middle and not much there. Maybe a yard or 2. Oak says, I wish I started the Ravens D, but I didn't have enough time. I know, right? And see, if the Ravens can score here and extend their lead and force the Raiders to have to pass the ball even more, it only makes it easier for the Ravens edge rushers to get home. And the Raiders offensive line already struggling in protection today. 2nd and goal. Little fake toss, pass over the middle, and it's to Zay! Great play design there by the Ravens. A little fake toss right to draw the linebackers and move them. Zay sneaks over or across the middle of the field here in the end zone. And Baltimore coming out with a great first drive to start the second half here. Let's watch it here. Yep. Good little fake toss. The linebacker watching that doesn't stay with his wide receiver, which is Zay, who crosses right behind him as he's touching him. Maybe thought he had a little more safety help there, but great drive. 6 plays, 70 yards, 318 as Tucker makes it a 16-6 game, 11:42 here in the third. Like Kenny said, Zay Day. You know Zay gonna put up numbers, man. You know. Ooh, let's go. We're having a good day. We're having a good day. Our fantasy team's kicking ass. Amon St. Brown's now got 20 points. Ravens have 3 sacks, a forced fumble, and an interception on the day. I need Matabike to get some points, man. I mean, I think I'm good in my fantasy league, but like I said, Chimera got 6 players. So the guy I'm playing in fantasy has Jalen Hurts, Najee Harris, A.J. Brown, Drake London, Evan McPherson, and the Steelers D plus, oh, that's sad. He had the linebacker that got hurt in Buffalo. I think I got it. But if A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts go out there, or Drake, or maybe Kirk Cousins doesn't play like his normal primetime Kirk, Oak says 110 points now. How many people do you have left to play, Oak? I know, I got to check up on my other team. God, poor Chimera. Now, don't get me wrong, Chimera, like I said, has 6 players left to play. But he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that have played or are playing. And he's got 9.6 points. My God. That's insane. Oh, did I just close? Okay. Let's see. How's my other team doing? My other team, who's playing 49ers media right now, is that a... No, that's not Carcass. Carcass is Tig. I'm winning, but he's got 7 players left to play, including Saquon Barkley, CJ Stroud, George Pickens, Xavier Worthy. I think 49er media is going to beat me, but my team is garbage. What is saving them? George Kittle and Justin Tucker and the Jets defense are somehow saving my team right now. Like, on my second team. That's wild. Oak says 2 starting and 3 bench. Nice. Let's see. Oh, I got to reload my stream. One moment here, guys. It tells me after like 2 hours I have to like reload. Minshew on the 1st and 10. That's Zamir White. Makes the first man miss. Brandon Stevens missed tackle. Roquan missed the tackle. And Ravens 3 missed tackles on that pass play. Ends up resulting in a first down. Zamir, tell him, keep running it. Let's go. Roll it back. Kenny says, my projection just blew up. I'm at 107. Rough. Darnold, oh my God, that's a busted coverage in the Niners game. Number 83. Is that Naylor? Yep, Jalen Naylor. My God, we got some crazy games across the NFL. We'll get to that maybe when we have a break. And nowhere for Zamir White to go on that play. So Cleveland up 16-3 on Jacksonville. New York 14-10 on Tennessee. Minnesota's up 20-7 on San Fran. LA continuing the beat down on Carolina 23-3. Seattle's got the ball and leads New England 17-13. The Saints have the ball 35-19 over the Cowboys. Still tied 12-12 in New York versus Washington. And Green Bay somehow leading the Colts 13-3 and Detroit reclaiming the lead from Tampa. Play fake. Minshew going deep over the middle. He's got Brock Bowers wide open the 40, 35, and hit out of bounds by Marcus Williams at looks like the 30-yard line. Gain of 25 on the play action play by the Raiders there. Oh, I forgot to. I don't know if I opened my betting because I'm an idiot. Thank you for reminding me about that. Ooh, that scared the crap out of me right there. I can't even. Let me get the betting open. Thank you for reminding me. And officially, we have betting open now for who you think will win. Raiders versus Steelers. I'm going to close it here soon. But if you want to get your points in, get them in. Got to do I bet. Exclamation point bet Ravens and then one more space and your points. Kenny says we're playing Minnesota, a team that lost a bunch of people before the season started, and Sam Darnold. And that's what I'm saying, Kenny. It might have been a trap game that your team just didn't put a lot of time into film analysis because you have better and harder matchups, to worry about, and it might have been lost in the planning of the season essentially. And little run. Oh my God! Is Nnamdi Madubuike with one hand just got the tackle for the loss. Please show that replay. My God, the strength of that. Nnamdi busts through and just catches right here the shoulder of the running back Madison. Almost gets the helmet, but just grabs his shoulder and just with one hand yanks him backwards and down. Nnamdi says, I lift, son. 3rd and 11. Bowers the man in motion. Ravens look like they're bringing pressure. They do. Minshew with a good pocket finds a man and good catch, but he's going to be short about 3 yards on the play. 4th and 3. And it looks like the Raiders might go for it here. Minshew nodding from his sideline. They're going for it. 8 minutes left here in the 3rd. Big 4th down upcoming for the Raiders. You got to do the points after. You got Oak is what you're doing. So you got to do exclamation point bet, Ravens, and then like a point total that you have enough points for. 4th and 2. Expect a hard count here from the Raiders. 9 seconds on the play clock. Ravens have pressure lined up. They're going for it. Minshew, good pocket, going deep down the left sideline. And had Devontae, Brandon Stephens, good coverage. No flags are on the field. Might have been looking for a flag, but usually you go short. You have 3,240 points, Oak. Streamlabs told you when you did exclamation point bet or points. So any number between like 10 and 3,240. Well, yeah, it does. It told you up there. It says the Oak Squirrel, you have 3,240 points. Actually, it just told you again, actually. You have 3,240 points. At least it says it. It says it in my chat, the chat that I'm seeing. So, should be showing up for you. So, it's working. There. You got to put, now you forgot to put the team name, Oak. Exclamation point, bet, 1 space, Ravens, 1 space, then the point amount. That's weird. You don't see it. Let me check on my actual YouTube channel real quick, and I'll see if I see it from there. If not, I'll see if maybe there's something that I can change in the future for that. And Matrix, you got to put an S on the end to do it. That should log it. So let's see if Streamlabs tells us. It should give us a message here in chat saying it logged the bet. And there we go. Streamlabs, Oak Squirrels bet is in. 2,000 points on the Ravens. And again, oh my God, my phone just blew up because I touched it. That's weird, Oak. I was about to say, even here on my phone, I can see Streamlabs in the chat, like, saying it, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But it did log your bet. And Matrix, if you want to see how many points you have, just, you got to do exclamation point points. You can also play fun little games, like you can gamble, like I just entered there, exclamation point gamble, and then 1 space and a point value. You can play the slots if you want. Again, exclamation point slots, and then a point value between like 1 and like 10,000, I think. Always depends on how many points you have. You get loyalty points by hanging out in the stream, being active in the chat, like, follow, subscribe, super chat, memberships. Basically, almost everything has a point value. Again, you got to add an S, points, plural, on that matrix, and it should tell you. Look at that, Oak getting into his first gamble. You can actually even, a fun one, you can duel people. The Oaks Squirrel 1. Oh, oops, fuck, I messed up. Duel the Oaks Squirrels 1. Hey, it still extended it. Bateman with his first catch of the day, and that's a first down. 7:30 here in the first. And like there, I challenge Oak Oak Squirrel to a duel. He can accept using exclamation. You do exclamation point accept Oak, and it should accept the duel. And let me see here. What I'll do, I can go to my Streamlab bot, and I can actually add loyalty points to all current viewers. So all current viewers, I just added 1,000 loyalty points. So if you do it again, Matrix, you should have now 1,010 loyalty points. 6:55 here in the third quarter. I've got to get that quarter updated now that I remember. Toss play going left. That's Henry. Ricard out there on the outside. And good block by Ricard. Maybe a gain of 4 on the play. I will admit, though, I've noticed the dual function has been having some issues lately. Exclamation. And you wrote it right. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with my dual function. It's been having issues where the dual function's not working correctly. Slots, gambling, points, betting, polls, and my other things are still working, but 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap. Lamar looking on the right side. And, oh, it's intercepted on the play. Spillane, he might be. And it was a contested catch, but Spillane comes away with the ball. Rips it out of the hands of the Ravens player. And nice. There goes. Registered your bet for 10, Matrix. Good stuff. Let's watch this replay here. And Lamar puts the ball right on Bateman, but it bounces off his hands. Bateman tries to fight for it. Ball is a little down low left, but Bateman should have had it off his hands, and that's a rough one. And I will tell you, by the way, guys, the slots are unforgivable. Be careful of the slots. Gambling rolls a 1d100 die and has a much better chance of winning. We also have the heist game you can play in chat. Streamlabs should tell you about that here in just a minute. There it is. Exclamation point heist starts a heist. Ahoy! Captain Darwin's Raven is trying to get a crew together for a treasure hunt. Type exclamation point heist, 1 space, and an amount of points between like probably 1, 10, and like 1,000, 10,000, and you can join the heist. We're going on a pirate heist. Quick update across the NFL. Packers leading 16-3 on the Colts. Vikings still leading 27 on the Niners, and they possess the ball. Close game there in Detroit, 2016. Tampa, though, with the lead in that. Saints continuing to stack it on against the Cowboys, 41-19. Cowboys can't stop the run to save their lives. Seattle, New England in a close game, 17-13, and the blowout continues in Jacksonville, Duval Country. Browns have a 16-3 lead on Jacksonville. Poor Panthers, 23-3. Panthers, I guess that's the next team I'm sending my resume to. Oak Squirrel has joined the heist, and the heist will automatically start 2 minutes after I start it, so it should tell you that here in a minute. Kenny says Nick Bosa and Justin Jefferson just both went down on this. Oh, God, no. That's horrible news, Kenny. Justin Jefferson's being carried off the field? Oh, my God. That's huge news. That's horrible news. And there we go, Matrix telling you got 1,000 points. Oh my God, I'm waiting for it to show it on the NFL Game Center here. Of course, if you have a Roku TV, by the way, NFL Game Center on the NFL Network channel presented by FanDuel. It's a really cool, almost like red zone style thing. It keeps up with all the games. When there's only one game on, they do the next gen NFL stat X and O like live camera. So you can see the plays, the substitutions, everything happening live. Sadly, Matrix, it'll only let you do the betting once. And as Streamlabs says, the crew and pirates of Raiders check their flintlocks and sharpen their cutlasses as they disembark for Blackheart Island. The curse of Blackheart Island is real. A kraken emerged and scuttled the ship, which sent the entire crew to Davy Jones' locker. Nobody gains points. Everyone in the heist dies to the kraken. That's wild. I've never seen everyone die to the kraken before. Wild. Oak Squirrel says, I have Justin Jefferson on my fantasy. Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Not only to Justin Jefferson, I'm sorry to the Vikings. I'm sorry to everyone's fantasy football team that drafted Justin Jefferson. 2nd and 6 here, though. Raiders on the Baltimore side of the field here. 5:30 on the clock. Bowers, the man in motion. They're going there. Little tight end screen, and well played by the Ravens. That's going to lose 2 yards on the play. 5:20 and ticking. Raiders going to be in a 3rd down situation. The Niners just stopped the guy from rushing into the end zone, causing a fumble and recovering it at the 1-9. That's huge for y'all. You could also ask, by the way, guys, the Magic 8 Ball a question. Do exclamation point 8 ball? Will the Niners win. And Streamlabs and the Magic 8 Ball should answer your question to the best of its ability. Streamlabs said, I don't know, Keepo. Deep drop by Minshew, getting pressured by Hamilton. He's got the ball off. That's number 16, Jacoby Myers, and he's down at the 30-yard line as the Raiders are knocking on the door of the red zone here, trying to bring this game back. And I know Alvin Kamara people got, that's a little bit of offensive pass interference, but it be like that. And sorry, Steve-O, you didn't get in on the heist in time. Oh, my stream just went down. Is it like down? Or like, did it just need to be... Oh, that's not good. They took the site down. Give me one moment, guys. My actual like game went down there. Gotta hit up a different site, if you know what I mean. Because we are poor here in Florida. Can I put this in theater mode? Of course not. We'll just full screen it. It'd be okay. Man, that picture. Okay, I was about to say that picture. Blurry. Ooh, that's a good picture now. 2nd and 10. 4 minutes on the clock. Ball on the 30-yard line. Little play action left. Rolling out right. Minshew got Devontae, and that's going to be just a gain of 2 maybe on the play. 3rd and 8. Matrix says, what is the percentage we win? That's a great question. If ESPN is still correct here, sorry, looks like 74.4% win percentage right now for the Ravens. So that's what we like to see a little bit. 3rd and 8. You can actually, too, guys, play the word game. SL game, and then guess a 5-letter word. You'll see that in the top right of my screen. It's like a wordy type of game where you can play a guessing word style game. Empty back here field for the Raiders. Little bit of a low snap. Minshew, pressure, get rolling out right. He's going deep over the middle. Brock Bowers wide open, coming back for the ball. He's still fighting, and he's either got a touchdown or he's down at the 1. 3:05 as Bowers continues to have a huge day. And of course, if you're looking at the word game, yellow means right letter, wrong spot. Green means right letter, right spot. So R-A-V or R-A-E all in the word, V and E-N not in the word. 1st and goal here. Shotgun set. Expecting to run out of the shotgun. It is. And Addison got it. He's going to walk in. And that's a huge play after the interception. And barring the PAT, that's going to make this a 13-16 game. Wow. And one of the Raven players spins off Addison trying to make the tackle there in the backfield. .236 left here in the 3rd quarter. Come on, Ravens. Come on, man. Well, that escalated quickly. Wild, man. Absolutely wild. And Brock Bowers. I've got Brock Bowers, I know, on one of my fantasy teams. Let's take a look. All right. Looks like I'm going to beat Chimera. I've got 100 points now. JK, I'm on. James on. Finally, the kicker for LA getting me some good points. Raven defense still got some solid points there with 12. Not bad, not bad. How are we doing on our second team here? Oh, we're predicted to lose to 49er Media now. Brandon Cook's not, man, all my team's not getting much, but I think they're all in the red zone right now. Or does that mean they don't have the ball? No, that means they don't have the ball. That's rough. Whew. I need Dallas to do something. George Kittle's leading my fantasy team right now. I'm just mad I didn't start Sam Darnold, to be 100% honest. Marshawn Lloyd got 5 carries so far. He might pull some more fantasy points for me later in the year. This is going to be a good one. I wish there was theater mode on this one. I really do. Might see if my old site's back up. Just liked not having to jump in and out of full screen and all that. And my apologies, we'll get updates here in just a moment. There we go. Finally got my theater mode back. Oh, watch the game better. Matrix says, what is the game with yellow and gray letters? So that is the word game. You can play it using the command that I use above, exclamation point, SL, that stands for Streamlabs. So exclamation point, SL game, then 1 space. And it's like wordy, where you guess the 5-letter word. This chat has 5 attempts to guess the word. Yellow letters mean right letter, wrong place. Gray letters, wrong letter completely. And green letter means right letter, right place. So the letter has R, A, and E in it. It's a 5-letter word. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically a 6-letter word, so it won't take it. And the R, while in the word, is not the first letter. But it's a fun little game that my chat really loved last year, so I brought it back this year. And they're going to return this kick out of the end zone, and Ravens down at the 24, 25-yard line. That's Kelly on the play. And yeah, Matrix, no problem, man. Always welcome, or always happy. And shout out to Alexander Madison. They're saying his wife just gave birth to a baby, so that's good news for him, man. First Las Vegas running back with a touchdown in week 1 and 2 since Marshawn Lynch. Here we go, though. His wife went into labor right before kickoff. Shout out to him and his wife. 1st and 10. 2:30 on the clock here. Handoff to Henry going up the middle, and strong running by Henry, but not great push. Maybe 3 or 4 yards on the play. I feel like Henry's just doesn't look like he's got excited to run behind this line. And Voorhees getting absolutely no push on this, and that's the guy who was on Voorhees, just stood him up, stand there, and then made a play. Decent push by Falele and Linderbaum, but not enough. Is that Cleveland in? No, that's still Falele. I'm lying. 2nd and 6. I gave Raven fans too much help on that one. Jackson looking right. Tucks it down. He's running. Looking downfield. Oh, makes 2-man miss. He's still going. He's still on his feet. And he's going to be finally sacked on the play, but we've got a flag. And Lamar looked like he was out there playing flag football, just stopping on a dime. That was pretty funny to watch, honestly. And holding on the defense. Let's go. Automatic first down. That's against Jack Jones. And that's Las Vegas's first penalty of the day. And I mean, that's probably the right call. Doesn't inhibit him a lot, but that is the correct call. And I think that's what Antonio was saying there. Hands, arms out, man. 1st and 10 after the penalty. Ravens appear to be on the 35-yard line. Theirs. Shotgun. Zay the man in motion here. Lamar looks middle, looks left, buying time. He's rolling out. We've got a flag. That's probably going to be a hold as Lamar gets this back to the line of scrimmage to prevent the grounding. But I believe this is going to be a hold on the left side here. And they're both signaling. Yeah, Crosby and number 69, and he's clapping. Yep. And that's against 72, Andrew Voorhees, who's bent over at the hips. Looks like he's having a rough time out there. And Max Crosby after Lamar. That, honestly, almost got a horse collar. Probably should have been one there. And John Harbaugh is like, come on, dude. Grabbing doesn't get it since he didn't pull him down. No penalty. And look at Crosby. We're good. We're good. Erase. That was a good guess, by the way. Kenny says, purple teams just own us, apparently. He's talking about his Niners. Lamar looking left. Oh, escapes the sack. He's scrambling up the middle and lowers the shoulder as he's down at what looks like the 32-yard line. 1 minute left here in the third, and we're at a tight game. And Will Levis, we got an update here from Jets Titans, and Will Levis throwing this ball up. Oh my God. How did he come down with that ball, number 0? Oh my God. And John Harbaugh looking on like confused right now. I don't know what's going on here. 2nd and 11. Lamar going deep left, wide open. Man, that's Bateman, and Bateman has to dive for it. But he's got a first down catch going out of bounds on the left side. And good sit down by Bateman there, and great catch diving for it. Great placement by Lamar as well on that ball. Whew. That was close, though. And that's the end of the third quarter. So we're headed to quarter number 4. 16-13. Baltimore holding on to a narrow lead here at M&T Bank. Wild. Absolutely wild right now. Let's look across the games. Oh. Detroit has the ball, looking to claim the lead back from Tampa. 16-20, though. They've got 9:57 in the fourth. I don't think the Cowboys can come back. 12:40 left in the fourth. They're down 41-19, and New Orleans has the ball right now on a long field. So New Orleans can probably run the ball and burn 5 minutes off that clock if they have a good, successful drive. Tyrann Mathieu just left with a calf cramp. His return is questionable for the Saints. Lamar Jackson, though, was that 16 or 18 and 27, 218 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Interception's not even really his fault, too. Oh, Cowboys right guard Zach Martin's getting walked off the field. And Taysom Hill for the Saints has a chest injury. His return is listed as doubtful. So we're seeing a ton of injuries across the field. Bosa, Taysom Hill. Oh, Latu for the Colts is out for the remainder of the game with a hip injury. That's a big one to keep an eye on. He was going to be a big part of that rotation there for Indianapolis. Oh, as Jacksonville got some signs of life, play action, deep pass here. And oh, what a catch by number 7 of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Puts them down into the red zone, it looks like. Jacksonville finally showing a little bit of signs of life. Better catch than throw, honestly. We've got some good games in the late spot here, too. And that's just like a really deep post seam, maybe. And that's Brian Thomas, the rookie. The rookie showing up. We talked about this a little bit, fantasy football. Is Christian Kirk now wide receiver 2? And Etienne's in there. That's finally going to be the touchdown for Jacksonville. Going to bring that 10-16. Look at all the kids in the pool right there in Jacksonville. That's wild. Got a pool by the stadium. And with that, I'm gonna give it 1 minute, and I'm closing the betting here for the Baltimore Ravens versus Las Vegas Raiders. Remember, you can bet your loyalty points using !bet Ravens or Raiders. One more space and a number value between 10 and 10,000, depending on how many points you have. 1 minute left to get those bets in. 1st and 10. Strong formation left. Ravens are going to run that way. And again, just not enough push there by the Ravens offensive line. Got to give Henry a hole to go through. Maybe could have had a cutback, but that's not really his running style. He's trying to get speed and make it hard to tackle him. That would have been a better counter style run cut for Justice Hill, or like a Devin Singletary type of runner. Kenny says, "We're back." David said, "We ain't dead yet." Matrix Opera, that's a good guess, actually. That's a really good guess, actually. I feel like that's got to be it. 2nd and 8. Jackson looking left, short, got him, man. That's likely. Makes the first man miss. 1st down and some, and that's a gain of what looks like 15 or so as he gets pushed out of bounds. Sorry, Kenny, you gotta cool down on the gambling. Oak says, "Let's go Niners." Oak rooting. Oak, man, is your boy Joe Burrow okay or not, man? Like, let me know. Man, I'm sad it didn't register Matrix guess. Sometimes the game is a little weird like that if it's only one person guessing. Let me try his guess. SL Game Opera. Oh, and big run up the middle by Henry. That's going to be 9 yards, maybe 10. 13-35 as Ravens finally showing some signs of life in the run game. Kenny says, "I've got problems." It's okay. We all do, Kenny. Oaks says, "I got Kittle." Did Kittle score again? I've got him on my 2nd team in Fantasy Sleeper. Which is funny. I'm playing 49ers media with that team. Yeah, I've got Kittle. 6 of 7 for 70 yards and a touchdown. Kittle's got 25 points in my fantasy league right now. Oh, thanks for going and subbing to his channel, by the way, Oak. Oak, if you didn't see, Kenny had a stream the other day where they had Kevin and Pat Williams, the former Viking legends, the Wall themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came in late to that stream, but I think that's super dope, Kenny. And they do like pick'ems and stuff like that and talk games. It's a really good stream. 2nd and 6, 13 minutes on the clock. Again, Ravens 6 penalties for 69 yards in this game. Raiders 1 for 5 on that holding penalty. Aguilar at the X, Zay at the Z. Henry in the backfield. Ravens under center. I'm sorry, not under center. And a little bit of like a shotgun pistol. Toss play going left. Stanley out there. Henry with a good run and out of bounds. It looks like at the 10-yard line. And we've got a late flag on the play as there's a Raider, Christian Wilkins, talking a little smack to Henry on the sideline. And the Raiders have been a little chippy on the sideline today. Might have had a missed call on Lamar earlier. And let's see what this is. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. And finally, the Ravens are going to get that call. Harbaugh's probably been very vocal at the ref since Lamar's hit. And yeah, I didn't really see that penalty. I feel like that's a makeup call for Lamar earlier. Let's see here. Stanley out there. And, oh yeah, he was clearly out of bounds when the hit was there by Epps. 1, 2, and Epps kind of comes and hits him a second time with Wilkins pushing. That is the correct call, 100%. 1st and goal after the penalty. Strong left formation. Their toss play running there again. And good run by Henry. He's going to be down at what looks like the 3. And we're seeing the Ravens finally have a little bit of success running to the left side here. Probably running away from Crosby a lot. That's got to be the correct call. Yeah, Kendrick's at the Super Bowl this year. I don't think Lil Wayne's going to be there. I think Lil Wayne's on Drake's side. I'm excited for Kendrick Lamar. I've been telling people for years Drake gave creepy vibes, and all the people would be glossing him, and I'm like, whatever. Y'all don't know true music or what an actual bar sounds like. And then everything came out, and I'm like, I told y'all, Wildcat, direct snap to Henry on the play. They're pushing, and they signal in. Ravens gonna extend the lead here. Barring the PAT, that should be 23-13 Ravens. 74 yards rushing for Henry in the second half of the game. Ravens finally getting the run game going. Jackson Smith and Jiba, 9 catches for 100 yards in Seattle. And this was stopped short originally, but they allowed the play to keep going. The Ravens offensive line kept pushing. Linderbaum, look at Linderbaum, got his man in the end zone already. Gotta love it. And Oak Squirrel says they're not like us. They're not like us because we performing at the Super Bowl. I be all the time, man. When I be cleaning, I have that on in my headphones, just running around the house, sipping on something, listening to it, dancing. Oh, I love his part where they talk about Atlanta, too. That was such... 12-11. Major says, I'm curious to know if it's opera. Go Ravens. I know, right? Tucker here out for the PAT to make this 23-13. And it's good. Right down the middle. Azo said, am I outlined to think that the Raiders shouldn't be giving us so much trouble? No, Azo, you are absolutely correct on that. This should have been more of a game, for the Ravens, like just to walk away on, I feel like. And it's been a lot closer than I think a lot of the Ravens flock would like it to be. Kenny says, Miners making it difficult for the Vikings to lock this one up. I know they have the opportunity to put that game away there in Minnesota, but Minnesota, I think Tampa just came away with a huge turnover. That might be huge in that game. Did Jared Goff just throw another interception? Come on, Jared. God, Jared Goff threw another interception. Jared Goff, 23 of 40 for 230 yards, 2 interceptions on the day. He's having a good day minus the turnovers. J.K. Dobbins, 17 carries for 131 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Jones, 8 carries, 28 yards, but 4 catches for 5 yards, 38 yards. Amon St. Brown, 9 catches on 18 targets for 101 yards. And Garrett Wilson over there finally getting something. They're in the fourth quarter of that game. 1 carry for 5 yards, 3 catches for 5 yards. 3 of 5 for receptions, 31 yards. My God. Yay, Namdi finally got me some points here. God, this is a rough game here. Poor Chimera, his point total keeps dropping and dropping. Why did Streamlabs delete your stuff? No clue. Why did it say you used foul language? I'm so confused on that, Kitty. I'm sorry. Oak Squirrel says, I just grabbed my Bengal shirt because I'm going to my parents. Have fun, Oak. Have a great day, my guy. Good luck. I hope Joe Burrow's healthy for you. I'm not so sure if he is healthy, but I'm going to hope and pray for you. Who y'all playing today? I'll look it up. Bengals. Oh, they got KC. Let's go, Bengals. Come on. I just want you to beat KC. I'll root for anyone that's playing against KC, basically. Anybody. I want that number 1 seed. That's all I'm saying. Oh, yeah, I agree, Azo. I feel like this shouldn't have been as close of a game, but it's not over yet. 12 minutes is a ton of time for 10 points. Alvin Kamara leading all points in fantasy points right now, 43.3 points. That is wild. And you could clearly tell with that last penalty against the Ravens, the refs are finally sending a message a little bit that, hey, we've seen you, the hit on Lamar should have been called. Hey, we saw you do it again on a later play. If you continue to do it, we're going to call it. And they called it on the King Henry. Oh, wow. Vikings win 33 years in a row. Wow, Kenny. 1st and 10. Little fake toss left. Good play design by the Raiders. Oh, and Gardner Minshew takes a horrible face mask as he says, my bad. That's me. Namdi says, my bad. He throws his hand up immediately to show that that's my bad. Like, Gardner Minshew tried to duck under the play a little bit and slip away from Namdi. And Namdi grabs the face mask there. Actually, it's not a face mask. He grabs right under the face mask on his chest plate. But Ojabo might have got a late hit on the play, they saying? So they're going to call face mask, even though technically he didn't grab the face mask. But they're saying Ojabo also jumped on him, even though he was... Yeah, that's unnecessary reference by Ojabo. That's completely unnecessary. He's absolutely down by contact already, and then to deliver a shot to the back. Ojabo, come on, dude. Ojabo's throwing his hands up like, what? Are you kidding me? That's the correct call. Don't even try, Ojabo. I'm even mad at that hit. And like the announcer was saying, they don't like that technically it wasn't a penalty on Namdi, but it should have been a penalty on Ojabo. And no matter what, it resolves the same way. And Gardner he's sacked on the play. Odafe there forces him into Michael Pierce. I'm losing my mind. But great sack. Michael Pierce, I think, going to get the technical credit for that. But Odafe Owe was right there. Actually, Owe got first hands on him, so they're probably going to split the sack credit there. Great stuff. 10-yard loss on the play. Ball back at the 35-yard line after that. Oak says, I couldn't find my Ocho Cinco jersey, so I have a tan Bengals t-shirt. Hey, it'd be like that, my boy. As long as you repping Minshew. And got him, man. That's Devontae Adams for a first down. He's down at the 39-yard line of the Ravens. So with that, the Raiders are on the opposite side of the field here. Cody Whitehair back in for the Raiders. So they continue to shuffle that O-line a little bit. Kenny says, Sam Darnold, best. We joked about it on the channel. I said, is Sam Darnold's revenge game? 1st and 10. Double pump fake by Minshew. He's going deep. And that's a catch by Devontae Adams. Good job to set his feet and then fall out of bounds while catching it. Let's watch the replay here. Oh my God, what a catch. Oh wait, I don't know if that is. Can we get a second angle? And we're going to get a challenge, it looks like. And Harbaugh throws the challenge flag here. 10-14. Baltimore has all 3 timeouts, so this could cost them one. That's a tough one. I got to see the second angle of that. He set his feet, but his feet might have came up as he caught the ball. So rule on the field is completed pass. So technically by the ruling of the law, there has to be enough to overturn it. Oh, I think he's got it. You see a little bit of the grass come up there. See, on that angle, it looks like 1 foot, but I'm pretty sure that's da-na-na. Like, that is going to be ESPN top 10 catch, whether they win or lose that game. That catch by Devontae. Again, teaching young wide receivers how to play the game. Like, oh, I think the Colts finally got on the board here. Alex Pierce got his first touchdown in the game. Looks like the Colts and Packers game isn't over. 145, though. They're going to probably have to get the ball back, though. And that's a good play design. Good route. Good ball thrown by Anthony Richardson. Ooh, we almost didn't get that second foot in. Let's check across here, the NFL. Patriots take the lead back with 2 minutes left. Seattle does have the ball, though. That's a 17-20 game. Might be heading to overtime. Jets, Tennessee, 17-17, all tied up with 8 minutes left. We're not going to talk about the blowout. Saints blowing out the Cowboys. Chargers blowing out the Panthers. New York, Washington locked in close. 18-15. Washington does have the ball down by 3. Detroit with the ball, 3:05 left in the fourth. They're about at the midfield mark, down by 4 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So they do need a touchdown to take that lead. And Vikings with the ball up 14-20. Niners might need a miracle here to get that ball back. And of course, looks like the Colts with 2 timeouts, down by 6 with 1:35 left, have to make a critical third down stop and use their timeouts to get the ball back. Might come down to a nail biter in that Green Bay Indianapolis game. Patrick Wills, though, for the Packers, 12 of 14 for 122 yards. Josh Jacobs getting a healthy dose of runs as well. They're looking good right now. Wild games going on in the NFL. Oak says, all right, have a good later, my guy. Enjoy the game. I wish y'all the best, and really appreciate you coming and hanging out, Oak. Y'all the OGs for real. John Jay says, yep, the Vikings still have our number in Minnesota. It's crazy. Like I joked about it on our Wednesday. So every Wednesday now we try to make it to the Corey Davis lockdown picks. We do pick'ems with a bunch of the 49er creators and friends. Corey Davis, RIP, passed away. Huge 49er fan and brought a lot of the guys together. So we honor him by coming every Wednesday and doing the lockdown picks. First and goal, 10:14 on the clock here in the fourth. Ball on the 9-yard line. Minshew dropping back, looks middle, going left, and definitely trying to go to Jacoby on like a no-look design, and dangerous ball by Minshew on that. And he's nodding, looking around. Whew. This is wild. And they're saying again, that is 2 clearly bad challenges by John Harbaugh that has cost them timeouts that may come back to bite them a little bit. The first half, the bad challenge, losing that timeout, absolutely came back to bite Harbaugh in the ass. And we might have that issue again here. Minshew, handoff going up the middle and able to gain what looks like 3 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal from what looks like the 6-yard line. And we got a tie game in Washington, 18-18 all, as Washington's getting the ball back with 7 minutes left. Jacksonville, Cleveland, too. Close game, 16-13 as Cleveland's trying to run out the clock. Las Vegas, 3 of 9 from third down conversions today. 3rd and goal again from the 6-yard line. Minshew looking right, having to scramble out. Keeping the play alive. He's going to loft it up to the back corner and throws it out of bounds. And this is a 10-point gain for the Raiders, so a field goal absolutely still needed here, as I expect them to probably take this score here. Of course, would have really liked a touchdown if you're a Raider fan, but 3 points here, take it and keep living, Try to hope for a big play here. And Devontae Adams double team there by Roquan and Marcus Williams on the play. That's a good idea always. And 25-yard attempt here for the Las Vegas Raiders kicker. He's already hit twice from 50-plus today. This is a chip shot. And right down the middle, as we expected. And with 9:20 in the fourth, it's a 16-23 game, a 1-score game. And again, like Azo was talking about a little bit, nice roll, by the way, David McNiner. Niner rolled a 96 on the D100. Mr. Pods, again, that opera guess, really good guess. I don't know why it didn't register it earlier. But this game a little closer than the Ravens flock would like it. I really feel like that there was a lot we could do. I thought they were going to mention John Harbaugh's challenge record, not his opener. 13-3 in home openers, but like they mentioned, 2 bad challenges today. Bad use on the 4th down penalty earlier in the second quarter. A is not. Oh wait, that's actually. Oh, okay. We finally know E is the second letter. But chat's only got one more guess here. This is wild. I don't think I've ever seen the chat get so many letters correct, but not in the right spots. So 5-letter word. E's in the second spot. A and R are somewhere in that word, but not in the third or fourth spot. Or A or R not in the second spot. And they're going to return the kick here for Baltimore. And oh my God, he gets blown up on the play. Up the middle. That's maybe at like the 22-yard line. So going to lose some yards on that. And Raiders are very hyped and letting the Ravens hear it on that hit. And Roger Rosengarten is walking out there for the Ravens starting offensive line here. Oh, chat lost the game. Come on, chat. What up, guys? 1st and 10 here for the Ravens. 9:15 left in this game. Raiders look like they might bring a little bit of pressure. They do. Run going off the right, and Henry able to get a little momentum, and he's got a gain of 5 on the first down. And that's what we like to see. Positive yards on first down. Oh, update, by the way. Jets take the lead 24-17 on the Titans. 4:30 left in that game as the Titans do have the ball. Need a touchdown to tie it, though. Good game turned out there. Still can't believe Minnesota is going to beat San Francisco, though. I mean, it's not over, though, right? There's 2:18. San Fran has the ball, it says. I don't know if that's... I know that is behind, though, actually. Is that game that close? Or is it over? Yeah, it's not over. It ain't over. 2:18 left in that game. It ain't over, Raider fans. It ain't over yet. 2nd and 5. Trips left, handoff, go. Oh, Lamar's going to keep it, and Lamar, I have to say this, great tackle by number 18 of the Raiders, bro. That was a great tackle on Lamar. Not many people tackle Lamar that well. That's Jack Jones. And here's that update, though, on the Tennessee game. Is that Braylon Allen for a 20-yard touchdown run? Let's go. I got Braylon Allen in my fantasy. He sat this week, but that's what I like to see, him just getting some attempts. 3rd and 6. Zay, the man in motion. Big 3rd down here for the Ravens. And the Ravens wanted, is this going to be a false start and offsides? Neutral zone infraction. Let's go. Ronnie Stanley jumps, seeing him going. What is that? Oh my God. What is that sound coming from the ref? And still about a half yard, so 3rd and short. David says, John Jay, our defense allowed too many big plays, and our offense didn't score when we needed to. Yep. And Lamar, obviously having a personnel issue. He's signaling to the sideline that something was wrong. And we've got what looks like a timeout by Las Vegas right before this. Oh, we've got a flag, and it's a false start against the Ravens. Oh, that's going to back them up after they went with the tight end or direct snap push. And it was a good play, good yardage, but yeah, that's a false start by Derrick Henry on the play, actually. 3rd and 6. And again, Ravens, critical 3rd down here. Cannot really afford to go 3 and out and give the Raiders the ball back probably around their own 40. Hill, the man in motion here. Raiders have a double A gap look lined up. Let's see if they bring the pressure. They do. The house is coming. And batted down at the line of scrimmage by number 41. As that's great coaching by the Raiders. If you know you're forcing the short pass, you're bringing pressure, and you've got basically 5 to 7 guys coming across the line there, hands up, keep your eyes on the quarterback, and great job by number 41 to get his hand free of Andrew Voorhees. That's Spill Lane having a pretty critical game here for the Raiders, and would have been a great throw to Zay Flowers if it got through. Punt out here, Jordan Stout. Raiders got a heavy return package out here, but great coverage by the Ravens on that play. Malik Harrison and Jaden Armour Davis there downfield. And with 7:36, the Raiders are going to get a chance here. Let's see here. Kenny retracted a message. Kenny says it's rigged. Good television is all it is. John Jay says, I only rooted for the San Francisco base team, San Francisco Giants, Warriors, and 49ers. Yeah, I know. A little friendly banter. There's a kid actually at the local Moe's. We go get chips and queso every weekend, basically, with the girlfriend. And he loves the Ravens, so we always talk every week about the Ravens at Moe's. Hamilton blitzing on the play. Minshew going deep down the left sideline, and oh my God! Davante Adams having another circus catch, absolutely smothered in coverage by Brandon Stevens, but Stevens never gets his head to turn around and look for the ball, and Davante makes an absolute top 10 catch on the sideline, toe tip catch to keep his feet in bounds. And oh my God, it's one of those ones. Davante is one of those guys, if he's got, even if he's covered, if you throw the ball right, he'll go get that ball for you. And that's a true number one wide receiver. 1st and 10 here. Ball on the Ravens side of the field. Minshew looking left, going right. Got Zamir White in the backfield. Makes Kyle Hamilton miss. And great tackle, though, by Marlon Humphrey. Could have been a tackle for a loss, but Hamilton misses his tackle, and Humphrey makes it only a gain of 1. You know, I don't want to be critical of Kyle Hamilton. You know, he's a Pro Bowl player, but I swear I saw some missed tackles in the last game, too, where he was just playing too fast and he flew off the guy because he was too fast trying to make the tackle and didn't get set and drive through, kind of. 2nd and 9. 6:20 on the clock. Empty backfield here for the Raiders. Looking left, going over the middle. He's got a wide open Brock Bowers on the right middle. And Bowers down at the 25-yard line. Raiders knocking on the red zone. 6 minutes left in this game. Ravens lead by a narrow 7-point lead. And Brock Bowers, Davante Adams showcasing. And Bowers, a lot of his catches coming in open zone coverages, but no matter what. And over the middle, there's Bowers in a contested catch, and he's down at the 20. Going to bring 2nd and 5 as the Raiders now in the red zone. Two. Minshew's making some change there. Ravens bring the blitz. March. Minshew going over the middle. Oh my God. He hit Davante Adams wide open on a slant. No one within 10 yards of him. And it actually just bounces off Davante's hands to the ground. An uncharacteristic drop for Davante as he says, my bad. Ball maybe a little low, but my God, just right off his hands. Nnamdi almost got his hand on the ball too. Nnamdi. Nnamdi? I don't know how he likes to pronounce it. 3rd and 5. Bowers moving out of the backfield into the slot right. Might go there. Let's see. And Minshew and he's got him. Out of bounds on the 10-yard line. We called it before the play even snapped. We knew where the ball was going. Come on, guys. When they move him into the split back formation into the backfield, they're trying to see what the look is. Then they motion him out into the slot right side again. Check, see what the look is, see what moves. From there, you know if it's a man zone coverage, you know what route he's running. If you trust him, and he should know, so he knows how to run the route a little differently because you run that route probably a little different versus man versus zone. You know what I'm saying? Davante at the bottom of the screen, and he's going there. Oh, my God. And almost intercepted by Marlon. The ball is just, and I think Davante wants some pass interference or holding. Oh, my God. A timing pass. Davante just wasn't ready for it. Ball bounces off the ground into Marlon's hands. And that would have been a touchdown for the Raiders if maybe Minshew had had a half a second longer to throw that ball. Davante walking out of the formation quick, so he got his route early. Let's see if they go to Davante. 2nd and goal. And Minshew under pressure, sacked on the play, and that's Kyle Van Noy with his 2nd sack of the day. Huge play by Van Noy. bringing up 3rd and goal now, further than 10 yards. Sometimes, though, backing up from the red zone when you're trying to pass it in or from the goal line can actually open up the field a little more for your passing game. It can be somewhat a blessed ball, though, on the 16, 3rd and goal after a huge sack. Minshew, good pocket. Going deep left. And that's got to be pass interference. There's the flag. That's the right call as Davante Adams is tangled up with Brandon Stephens. I knew before they even threw the flag that was a flag. There's no way. Davante, just a little double move going deep. They're hand fighting, and he tries to separate from Brandon, and you can see when he goes like this to separate from Brandon Stephens, he can't because Brandon's holding him. That's absolutely pass interference. Harbaugh losing his mind over it. But that's... I mean, he did touch the ball first. I don't know if that actually changes the penalty. But 1st and goal from the 1. 9 penalties against the Ravens for 104 yards today. We expect the run here. Hard count, handoff up the middle, and it's a play action pass, and Davante Adams has it in the back of the end zone. We've got a tie game in Baltimore, barring the PAT. Wow, Ravens were all over the run. A little play action, Marlon in one-on-one with Davante, all over him, but just a great catch. And that's 110 yards for Davante Adams today. And ball's a little behind Davante. If Marlon would have been looking for it, Marlon would have had an easy pick 6, honestly, in my opinion. But Ravens defensive backs not looking for the ball when they should be. That's freaking rough, man. And, of course, PAT is good. 23 all. 3:54 left. The problem is this. The Ravens' last drive took no time off the clock, which was an absolute error. And the thing is this. If they go 3 and out like they just did, we're in trouble. We are in a lot of trouble. The defense is starting to have issues. Minshew is having faith in Davante and Brock, even just to draw the flags. And what I'm mad, Harbaugh has to stop being that little league parent. My problem is this. I said this on I think after the first week game. Harbaugh is starting to remind me a lot of those really bad rec league parents and coaches. So let me give you an example. When I played rec league soccer and then I was moved up to traveling league, the difference between the coach was this. When I played traveling soccer, the coach wasn't screaming and losing his mind and was the only thing you could hear. The traveling coach said, well, if I've done my job right and coached you correctly, I shouldn't have to be yelling on game day. I should only be softly talking to you in your ear. You shouldn't hear me. The players should be the ones that you hear. You should be communicating with each other. Harbaugh reminds me of that little league parent or coach that's just losing his mind on the umps, even when the umps make absolute great and by-the-book calls, is all I have to say about that. Harbaugh, sometimes, especially last year, Chiefs game here and there, tacky, had reason to be upset. But like him losing his mind over that pass interference only makes the rest want to throw the flag more. Maybe I'm crazy. Lamar drops back and he's pressured. He's sacked on the play. That's Crosby on the stun. And that is a huge... Christian Wilkins just hopped over Max Crosby. Can we talk about that? That is a defensive tackle literally just like monkey hopped over, like leapfrog style over Max Crosby, who is not a small human being. Like, Max Crosby did not... And Jackson handoff. It's going to be a little delayed handoff and nowhere. That's a bad play design. As now it's 3rd and 19 with 3 minutes left. Baltimore not having all 3 timeouts either. Las Vegas still has all 3. And I wouldn't be surprised if Las Vegas burns 1 timeout here, but they're going to he'll probably burn it on the punt to save it and then use the 2-minute warning to his advantage. 3rd and 19. Ravens need like a miracle right here. And Lamar all time just setting up an outlet pass, and Justice Hill pushed out of bounds and way short of the first down, as with 227, Las Vegas going to burn their first timeout, I believe, here. Wait, did he go out of bounds and stop the clock? Oh my gosh. Why? And yep, Justice Hill, because he ran out of bounds, stopped the clock, and Las Vegas doesn't have to use their timeout now. And it's a shanked punt by Stout. Ball's out like at the 45. And you just saw him curse. What is going on? And we've got a flag on the play. God, we've got such bad coaching going on today. Oh my God. And this penalty, I think, is against the Ravens. Number 25 went out of bounds on the kicking team, came back in, touched the... And that's going to be a penalty after the kick, now putting the Raiders on the Ravens side of the field. This is wild right now. Ravens just getting out-coached by Antonio Pierce today, in my opinion. This is just being ridiculous now. And I warned a lot of people this week. If the Ravens lose to the Raiders, Ravens flock might implode a little bit, to be honest with you. 1st and 10, 2:20 here on the clock. Handoff up the middle. And Zamir White with a strong run for the first time in the game, and he's got a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1, 2:12 on the clock as... Do we have a timeout? I think someone, yeah. The Ravens just used a timeout? Why? Okay, never mind. They're going to try to use... I'm sorry. I understand why they're using it now. Because they're going to use the 2-minute conversion to their advantage. The thing is this. They're already almost in field goal range. This is not good. This is not good. Devontae Adams, 9 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown. Zay, 7 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown. Minshew, though, 30 more passing yards than Jackson on the day, both over 225, though. So both 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Oh, my God. And again, yeah, they're in field goal range right now already. Ball on the 35-yard line of the Ravens. They can just run the ball and kick the field goal to win the game. Little play action, pass over the middle, and Jacoby Myers with a catch at the 25, as now the Raiders are in chip shot range, and with the Ravens don't have enough timeouts to stop the clock anymore. The 2-minute warning just went, so with 2 minutes left, the Raiders are clearly in field goal range, have all 3 timeouts, maybe 2, and the Ravens have a single timeout. This is over. The Raiders, as it appears, guys, are about to beat the Baltimore Ravens, make John Harbaugh 13-4 in season openers at home. His opening games at home. And Ravens fans got a lot of questions to answer. That's all I got to say. The Raiders' offensive line was in shambles. They were constantly rotating their offensive line. We took advantage of it early with 2 O-way sacks, and then the left side pressure disappeared. Kyle Van Noy got some pressures on the right side, but Harbaugh in the early, was it the first or second quarter, declining the penalty, even though it wouldn't have resulted in a first down, was an obvious coaching error. we've had too many strong side plays not using the advantage on the strong side, or when we do, we're running strong side plays to short side of the field. Both teams had all timeouts with 2:38 left in the second. Clearly a mistake. Where has been Cleveland? Tucker missed again from 50 yards. Again, the Raiders O-line is John Harbaugh now 2 bad challenges in this game that cost him 2 critical timeouts. They took no time off the clock in their the previous offensive possession, which was, again, unforgivable game management. We talked about it. Harbaugh has got to stop being that little league style coach and just screaming at the refs so much that they want to flag. I feel like the refs want to piss off Harbaugh because they probably berate them too much. Justice Hill ran out of bounds with 2:27, allowing the Raiders to keep one of their timeouts and stopping the clock before the punt. Again, I'm seeing so many errors. And then we finally get Henry running. And did we come out and pass the ball? Is that what we did? I got to double check this now. Hold on. I'm going to the Gamecast so I can go back and read exactly what we did on that drive. All plays. Yeah, we went 3 and out. We went pass, false start, neutral zone, and run, Lamar Jackson, small run, but it was a pass. 2 penalties, another pass. When we got the ball back, there was 9:21 on the clock. We went 3 and out, took almost no time off the clock, gave them the ball, they scored, and then went 3 and out subsequently again. 3 plays for 5 yards, and then 3 plays for -6 yards subsequently. That is unforgivable. Mr. Intamin coming out here slinging mud on my boy. Likely he's my boy, man. I went to CCU too. Likely it was just one of those ones. The game plan was to take Mark Andrews away. A lot of teams they take the tight ends away from Baltimore and force the outside throws. It's as simple as that. 2nd and 9, 1:57 here on the clock. Let me close the betting, by the way. I don't think I closed the betting off. Close betting. Run up the left side, and Zamir with a solid gain, and he's down at what looks like the 22-yard line. Baltimore has no way to stop the clock now, too. Las Vegas still has all timeouts, doesn't need to use it. They're just running the ball and running the clock out here. If they get this first down, this game is 100% over. Big 3rd down, 3rd and 5 with 1:30 and ticking. Ball will probably get snapped with about 1:15 on the clock here. Ravens could get a chance to get this ball back, but we'll have no timeouts. Handoff going up the middle, and not a first down, but 2 yards shy. But with 4th down, that's going to officially, I'm doing the math here, Baltimore will have maybe 30 seconds on the clock after the field goal and the kick return with no timeouts left. Baltimore would need a miracle return here. That's all you can say. They need a miracle return. And Antonio Pierce is going to use his first timeout with 1 second on the game clock. So going to maximize taking every second off that game clock and giving his kicker plenty of time to walk out here. Of course, Baltimore, no timeouts, doesn't even have a chance to ice the kicker. And with 31 seconds, the Raiders are walking out their kicker to take the lead. This is going to be, like I said, a chip shot. Daniel Carlson, 6-game career winning field goals, regular postseason, already hit twice from 50+ today, has not missed a kick all day. He's been money for them. The main source of their offense early. Oh my God, my heart right now. As Harbaugh looks on, Lamar looks like he can't even watch, man. He's putting the helmet on, but I think it's just, because he knows he's got to come out there and try a miracle. Henry looks like he knows it's over. Harbaugh knows it's over. Like, oh, this is about to be heartbreaking. And like they're saying, just got to get into Justin Tucker's range at least. Don't have to score a touchdown. But 38-yard attempt officially from the left hash mark for the Raiders. A.J. Cole, the punter, for the hold. Raider gives his signal. Kick is up, and it's good. And Raiders take a 26-23 lead as the Ravens' hearts drop here in Baltimore. 27 seconds on the clock. Not even 30 seconds. And again, no timeouts. This is rough, man. This is rough. Like Kenny says, the betting apps made millions today. I know, right? Niners losing, Ravens losing, Cowboys losing. Who else is going to lose? Seahawks came through by 3 points. Close one up there in Seattle. Steve-O said, I picked the Ravens in my $430 Survivor Series. Fuck. Dude, I'm sorry, Steve-O. All I can say is I'm sorry, man. John Harbaugh continues to make bad decisions. The offense, while seemingly making some good plays, makes many head-scratching plays. The defense was giving some layups in this game with how bad the Raiders' offensive line was. The bad throw by Minshew and the interception by Humphrey. The Raiders have fought for everything in this game, and the Ravens have let so many give-me's just go through their hands, I feel like. And this kick goes through the back of the end zone. So with 27 seconds, no timeouts, the Ravens are walking out here. I know, I'm sorry, Steve. Streamlabs go hard on the foul language, hard. I guess you got to do Kenny and do it AF. I don't even know what to say, guys, here. Last 5 seasons, 10 losses with 7+ lead in the fourth quarter, most in the NFL. So last 5 seasons, no one's blown more fourth quarter leads than the Ravens. Jackson over the middle. That's Andrews, and he's down at the 40, but with 20 seconds, they have no timeouts. They've got to get up and spike this ball. And Jackson going to stop the clock, 14 seconds. They've got to get maybe about 20 yards to even make this ball viable for Tucker. But he is 1 for 7 on 50-yarders in the last 2 seasons. He already missed 1 from 50 today. We need a magic moment here. Bipolar kid coming in. Raiders! He's tied for the longest field goal in history, 66 yards. Would need something like that today. They need to get to the 48-yard line, so 12 yards, I think, to make it there. Jackson getting out of trouble, just going to dump this ball away, and now with 7 seconds left, Lamar probably should have ran that, to be 100% honest, and tried to get out of bounds and get closer. But, I mean, there's no time. Matrix says, Ray Lewis for head coach, can't be worse. God, man. I mean, at least Ray Lewis is a leader of men, too. A different type of leader than John Harbaugh, of course. But, I mean, that's kind of what you need in a head coach, a rah-rah kind of guy that knows how to maintain a locker room mentality. You're not wrong there. And 3rd and 10, we've got, I think, a timeout by the Raiders, and it is. And that's a good timeout by Antonio Pierce again. God, that field judge has got something wrong with his headset mic, and it just makes this high-pitched whistling sound. And here's pregame. Justin Tucker hit from 70 yards off the tee, or it hit the crossbar. Oh, it hit the camera. So that would have been good, technically, from 70 yards in pregame. But again, everyone knows kicking from the tee is a little easier than someone holding the kick, so... Big 3rd down here. 3rd and 10. 7 seconds. Ravens not only have to get a huge gain, but have to get down out of bounds. So Antonio Pierce probably telling him, give him anything inside, anything. There's no way they get 12 yards, run downfield, and get the ball clocked, basically, with 7 seconds. Just guard the out of bounds. And it looks like they probably will do that. Trips right at the top side of the formation for the Ravens. Lamar making a adjustment, I believe, in protection. Deep drop by Lamar. 4, 3. He's going deep and likely almost made a circus catch, but good job by the Raiders to hit the ball out. And with 1 second left, the only option here for the Ravens is for a Hail Mary. Isaiah Likely had it in his hands, but number 18, Jack Jones, having a great game for the Raiders, jars the ball loose as he makes contact with Likely. And good job here. Likely trying to make a play. Zay almost able, but he's out of bounds. And with 1 second, this is a circus play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players more than 30 yards deep here for the Raiders. Raiders look like they're bringing 3 with 2 guys short, maybe some spies. And they're going to take their final time out of the game just to ensure everyone's on the right page. Make sure everyone's caught up on breath. Azo said, this is hilarious. I mean, Matrix says an incomplete pass stops the timer, right? You are correct on that. But the Ravens have made some really bad decisions here, coaching-wise. 2 bad penalties. Justice Hill running out of bounds and stopping the clock when the Ravens needed to burn time off the clock. Just, like I said, a lot of really bad coaching issues I'm seeing here. I mean, anytime a team has penalties, who is that usually actually put on? That's put on the head coach. That's half of the head coach's job, is to make sure their team is playing clean. And Harbaugh's mad about some of the penalties, but he's being, like I said, a little league coach at a rec game, or a little league parent upset with a ref at a coach game. You know, and Lamar, he's going to run for it here by himself. 30, 25, he chucks it back. We've got some circus plays starting. And, Justice Hill just chucked the ball forward. That's a penalty. Come on, Justice. And I don't know why they're getting upset about the fumble. It was already an illegal forward pass by Justice Hill. The ref already threw the flag. We knew that. Come on, Justice. You know you can't throw that ball forward. And Raiders win this game 26-23. I said it last week, guys. I'm going to say it again. John Harbaugh got out-coached. And until someone, sorry, I threw my pen, addresses this problem, talks about it. Yes, the O-line was bad, but it came down to the very small margins here. And that's where the good coach teams do what they're supposed to do. The Raiders had the same O-line problems we did. The same problems. And who came away with the win here? It's as simple as that. Gosh. Cubby says, hey, don't you think the Ravens have a chance? Not anymore. No, the game is over, man. The Ravens had 2 bad challenges. The Ravens had players do what they're not supposed to do. We talked about earlier on the running into the kicker penalty, how the Ravens could have taken the penalty, which would have given them a 4th and 2. On the 4th and 2, they then could have subsequently gone a hard count, which then if they took the delay of game would have been a 4th and 7, just like they were originally. You have everything to gain there and nothing to lose. Harbaugh decides to decline the penalty and just let. And again, it's not like the Raiders didn't return the punt for some yards. It wasn't like it was an absolute, coffin corner style of punt. Like, it made no sense. And it was a bad special teams decision on a penalty from a special teams coach. Everyone knows that the Ravens are so aggressive on the 4th down. That 4th and 2, going super hard count, having Henry maybe line up under. Wow, they might have jumped. Crosby's been trying to jump all game. Watkins been trying to jump all game. Like, bad coaching. There were some good play calls and then some bad play calls. We just had a play where Derrick Henry had like 75 yards. And then the next drive, he barely gets the ball. Bad play calls. We get behind on penalties. And the Ravens, with 9 minutes on the clock, only burn maybe a minute and a half off the clock on a 3-and-out and give the ball back to the Raiders. That's bad coaching. That is bad game and time management. And I've had this theory for a while. Hear me out. I think the deal for Jerry Rosenberg in the offseason, who was the interim head coach for the Broncos for a while, former special team coach of the Ravens, that also was in game management and time management. They tried to bring him back this offseason. The deal fell through. I think the deal fell through because he wanted some type of reassurance in that contract, possibly to be the next head coach of the Ravens. It makes sense because he was the interim head coach of the Raiders. He obviously wanted to be head coach and no one would give him the chance. Again, we've seen now, going back to the AFC Championship game loss to the Chiefs, so 2 games against the Chiefs, 1 against the Raiders, we have seen a constant theme of bad game clock management. And the thing is this, we saw it in the AFC Championship game. John Harbaugh lied to our face in the press conference afterwards, then went and tried to hire Jerry Rosenberg in a clear, which I like that he said, my bad, I messed up. This is what I need to do. Fix it. Great. I don't appreciate you lying the first time about it, but I can look past that. It's all about the results. And again, supposedly that shows he understands that he messed up. But then, of course, the deal falls through, no announcement of another hire. And now, again, we're seeing the same issues arise in the offense, in the play calling, in the game management, the critical situations, the big brain plays, and the usage of timeouts. It's just Raider Devlin, congratulations, my boy. Excellent victory by the Raiders. They played a great game. That shot to Ojabo to Gardner Minshew, 100% unnecessary. You played a good game. That's all I can say. The thing is this, a lot of Raven fans are going to be like, oh, the offensive line was bad. The offensive line, we were having issues. The Raiders were having offensive line issues. They were subbing Whitehair and Pete out, and just like after that first drive, Antonio Pierce said, if you ain't getting it done, you coming out. It's as simple as that. Yet, the Ravens made almost no changes to the offensive line all game despite the issues. Again, we don't understand why Ben Cleveland is not playing here in Ravens Flock Nation. I don't understand either. Absolutely wild. Great game, Raiders. You deserve the win. I don't think the Ravens deserve that win. I really don't. There was too many bad plays, too many horrible play calls, bad designs. John Harbaugh not doing what he needs to do. I don't get mad when the Ravens lose games like this because it's clear to see why we lost. And again, I'm not mad at the Ravens. I'm not mad at the players. I'm more mad at the coaching staff because it's one of those ones, if you are paid and you are like one of the premier 32 NFL head coaches, you are one of 32 in the U.S. That is an impressive thing to do. But I also expect a certain level of accountability. I expect a certain level of performance and delivery. And I feel shorted. I feel disparaged. I feel lied to. I feel disappointed. And I know this is not what Coach D wanted to see out of that O-line. I know this is not what Jacoby wanted to see out of this team. It's a long season. The season is not over. Baltimore does have a brutal stretch in the first 5 games, but this was supposed to be the easiest game, I think, out of that schedule. And it definitely hurts. Where did Diego go? I know, right? I didn't even see him say anything. That's pretty funny, honestly. Oh, cool. I have access to my own. And again, if you become a member of the channel, you have access to those custom emojis. Or emotes, I should say. So We got Tanjiro, Captain Levi, the Sweating Raven, and the Purple Mean Face, because your boy is feeling a certain type of way after this game. I can't even lie to you. I'm probably going to go watch the press conference here shortly. You know, maybe I will cover the press conference because I'm angry, man. I'm not okay about that loss. Oops, I forgot Streamlabs. Let's pick the winner. Nobody picked the Raiders, so 100% wrong on the betting for today. Where's the Ravens? Hold on. I'm going to the Ravens. I need a press conference. Like, that was hard to watch. No, I don't want tickets. I want the press conference. Where is the press conference? I don't want that. I want the press conference. Be right back. All right, here's the Ravens channel. There's the pregame. Are we going to get a postgame press conference? I really hope so. Knowing us, we probably won't. That's just so rough. Like, John Jay, is it true Lamar threw an INT to lose the game? Bro, where are you getting your news from, my guy? You must be one of those deep Reddit kind of guys. Like, it's one of those ones that's funny. You got people that, like, I hate to say it, it's usually the racists that are doing stuff like that. Like, Lamar ran on the last play and threw a backward pitch that then Justice Hill then threw forward passing to an offensive lineman. Anyone that says Lamar threw an interception on the last play clearly is being race baited by somebody, 100%. So my advice to you, John Jay, is wherever you saw that, probably should stay away from them. They're clearly, like I said, it's just one of those ones, man. When certain people say crazy shit like that, about Lamar, it's usually not a good look. YTC and his friends on the panel. Obviously, they're not watching the game. And obviously, someone on that panel probably has some preconceived notions about Lamar and feelings about him. This is one of those ones. How could you even say that unless you had, you were premeditated towards a certain position? But Arizona already up 14-0 on the Rams. What the hell? Please show me, FanDuel, what's going on there. And I'm still here hoping that maybe we'll get a post-game press conference. But I don't know if we're going to get a post-game press conference. I'm sitting here refreshing on Baltimore Ravens YouTube page. Maybe it'll be on BaltimoreRavens.com. Let's go to BaltimoreRavens.com and see. Okay, yep, here's the press conference. This is what I wanted. Oh, no, you're fine, John Jay. I'm just like letting you know because we deal with it a lot here in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what actually happened. It was like a Hail Mary style setup. Lamar ended up running for it. He did the first pass backwards to Justice Hill, who then, instead of trying to pass the ball backwards, literally threw a forward pass, which then, like, everyone knew, like, you're not allowed to do that. And it ended up, like, being like a fumble or interception. I don't even know, man. Just a wild sequence of plays. Poor Peo time in his Rams, though. I'm looking for this press conference. It says it'll begin shortly, but we'll see about that. John Harbaugh and key players speak with the... I just hate that it doesn't give me like a countdown like on the YouTube ones. Usually YouTube Live will sit there and be like, all right, they've got this much time till they start. But I think I don't know if they do the post-game press conferences. 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 9 days ago. So that's likely. John Harbaugh in his last press conference 6 days ago, we want to be unpredictable. Seems like they took my message to heart about the snap count a little bit. For those that don't know, I talked about it last week that one of the problems was for the Ravens that Justice Hill had over 40 snaps, but only 1 rushing attempt. That makes it very predictable when he came in, what was going to happen. King Henry had like a good split of like 50-50 basically. So at least there was a little unpredictability on that, but still 40 snaps out of how many, were 100% predictable in a sense, which we saw John Harbaugh kind of tackle that a little bit in the early part of this game. Justice Hill getting some running attempts early, but those quickly disappeared. Why do I feel like, I know it's probably, oh, here we go. We got John Harbaugh coming up on the mic here. And it's not on the YouTube channel, so you got to BaltimoreRavens.com to hear the press conference. Like Harbaugh says, we're defined by the next 15. God, I wish I could comment on this video. Oh, this is just a press conference answer right now. I'm ready for the questions. They're talking about the Brandon Stevens pass interference call and asking if he agreed with it. That was absolutely a correct call. Harbaugh. They said you got to look at the tape, but those were penalties, clear and clear. That's escaping accountability. I'm really not liking what I hear from Harbaugh. He is literally 100% just dodging the responsibility for this. The first question talking about, how do you talk to those people? It looked like perfect technique to me, but, we'll see the tape. And then, some of those drives got extended, penalties, And again, we're talking about penalties, guys. Stop talking about the penalties. This is crazy, bro. And again, we're better than that. Those shouldn't happen. Yeah, that's on you, Harbaugh. Yeah. And again, he's saying there's nothing wrong with my players, nothing I can coach them on, with these penalties. At least on like the holding, certain things like, and the holding penalty, that's maybe what he's got something to gripe on. And he's trying to say he used the challenge as a timeout. And again, was no one in your ear, Harbaugh, saying don't challenge this play? And there they go. Finally asked us about that offensive line. 4th or 5th question. Finally got one. Wow. He just literally said he's not going to change any offensive linemen. That is 100% some at the guy asking nicely, where's Ben Cleveland? Harbaugh, stop defending your challenges, man. Those are bad challenges, man. God, this is what killed me. I'm hearing so much dodging of accountability by a head coach right now. I really don't like what I hear. I know it's a close one. It shouldn't have been a close one, Harbaugh. Oh, this is heartbreaking to hear. Nine years since since had a team go 0-2. No one's saying you're not good any good, Harbaugh. Everyone's saying that you keep blowing these tight games. No one has lost more fourth quarter leads in the last 5 years than our Baltimore Ravens. That's not a good look. God. We're talking about the chain gang now, the guy that collapsed. Hopefully he's okay. Wild. This is such a bad press conference. I wish I could. I probably could show the press conference just because it is on BaltimoreRavens.com, but not going to do it. I don't want to get a cease and desist letter from my own team. I feel like I could probably include the audio and not get in trouble, but since it's not on their YouTube channel either. Ooh, they're talking about Tucker. And what I blame for Justin Tucker starting to struggle? John Harbaugh not giving him the opportunities for years because we kept going for it on fourth down instead of taking easy 3 points for years. And I think it messed with Tucker a little bit. God. Harbaugh stepping up. I hated those answers. David says, Levi, the audio is okay. Just don't show the video. I know. Next time I'm going to do that. Roquan's coming up here. I don't even really need to hear from the players too much. I feel like there's not much they're going to tell me. With that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here. Again, thanks for anyone and everyone coming, hanging out today here. For the Ravens versus Raiders. Absolutely heartbreaking loss. Again, I think we had some serious coaching errors, the bad challenges, usage of timeouts, play calls, just even the way he was getting at the refs on absolutely textbook and correct calls. I think he gets the refs against us in a sense. He needs to chill out, take a Xanny or something before the game. Stop being a rec parent or coach, yelling at rec league umpires in a sense. While yes, sometimes it is warranted, there are too many times I saw today that he was getting on the refs and being a certain way when the calls were correct. You got, like I spoke about this when we had all those illegal formation penalties in KC. I said it doesn't matter. So what? So what? The refs are against us. So what? They're calling those pennies. Don't care. Got to go out there and win a football game. Even that KC game was still a winnable football game. So let's stop talking about the penalties. Let's start talking about more of the stuff inside of our control and things that we can dramatically improve and move on to for the next game to win. And I feel like we didn't do that last week. We're still saying the same message this week, and we got the same results this week. That's what I got to say about that. Congratulations, Raider fans, on a great win. Sad day for fans and gambling apps. Good day for the gambling apps. maybe it was a trap game. Maybe a lot of teams weren't devoting a lot of film study and time to this game with divisional games and big primetime games coming up, but it's not something I like to see. But all right, guys, with that, it's been fun. I'm your boy, Darwin's Raven, a.k.a. D-Rave. Don't forget, let me pull up the board here. I don't know if I'll have Around the Bay or Commissioner of the North, honestly, going this season. I really want to get Commissioner of the North done, but now I'm 3 episodes behind. We've got Fantasy Football Show coming Thursday. We might actually do that at 6 p.m. a little later, maybe 5 p.m. We can continue going later just because I'm not covering Thursday Night Football. Friday, 10 p.m. as always, Jackbox Games. If you don't know, Friday night we do an adult humor style show. Sit back, have a drink, and relax after a long week, especially after losing this game. Had our biggest crowd on Friday night since we started. We usually go like almost 4 or 5 hours. And then, of course, we'll be back to call Baltimore versus Dallas next Sunday at 4 p.m., as well as Washington versus Cincinnati, 8 p.m. on Monday Night Football. But with that, guys, it's been fun. Thank you again. What up, Penguin Goats? I know we took an L on that one. We got out-coached again. Cards are looking nasty right now if you haven't seen it, but have a great rest of the weekend, everyone. If your team hasn't played, I wish you the best of luck. If I'm not playing you in fantasy football, I hope you win all your fantasy games and all your dreams come true. D-Rave.